Hi there, hello, good evening, and welcome back in once more to tonight's episode of The Shadows We Fear here in Immersive Realms. Tis me, as always, your ever-loving, ever-caring, and ever-present host, Matt with Power, aka Chef, aka with Matt. And I'm always, as always, I should say, joined by my lovely players. Hello, lovely players.
Hello, DM.
Hello. Hello. So, as per the usual, before we jump into all this chaos that's going to come tonight with any given luck. Andy, are there any announcements that we need to skim over?
Yes, sir. Flickers, thank you for the resub. That is 3 months. No, sorry, actually, yeah, 3 months. Sorry, I was reading that wrong. 3 months. So thank you very much for the resub. It's very much appreciated. Otherwise, as always, please head over to the Discord and the link tree. Give our community manager a few minutes while he's eating his burger to actually get that sorted for you. There you go. Head over there, join the community. You can hear news and stuff like that from there, and also join in our stupid memes and gifs when we're actually playing. But otherwise, I believe that is all I've got for you. So I will throw it back to yourself, Mr. DM, to carry on the torch.
Thank you very much. Just a little side note, if people were in chat last week, we wrapped the stream up a little bit early because I was unwell. I have got the flu bug symptoms still, but we will struggle on. So if I'm a little bit croaky and groggy, just bear with me, please. The joys of winter being winter. But with all that boring shit out the way and done with, don't know where Mr. Anna Grab is, but he's dead to me, he's not here. Let's kick off tonight's episode of The Shadows We Fear, episode 69, you filthy animals.
Nice.
Nice. So, last we left off, our group, having conquered the demons in the Underdark, had made their way to a new city that they found called the Veilspire Nexus, where they met a couple of friends in the Drow community, and then we're working out plans on how to get back home after finding out there is an immigration set up at some point to get back to the surface, which wasn't going to be easy to return, even with their great deed being done. When Elleril, our party rogue, went to go through and find what was called the Grand Bazaar for a little bit of shopping, he found a massive kilometer by kilometer area. Got the party, and they quickly went through with all their gold, selling a few items for ridiculously high prices apparently, and were able to, in the process, be stalked by a adolescent displacer beast kitten, who they quickly followed and until they met their new friend and new adventurer. Excuse me. Quickly, an establishment was made that you guys can both need to go to the surface, so you guys headed on up. Not without first meeting the exuberant and flamboyant Nalter, the Italian representation in D&D from the Drow community, a portly gentleman who our new friend has done some contractual work before, and provided a few things. Excuse me, and was able with that to get some letters of endorsement. You then headed back, suited up, put on your respirators, and made your way to the city of Quartz Quarry, where this immigration station is. Arriving there, you didn't waste any time trying to get to the surface. You pushed through the city itself, making up to the tall towers and to the station itself, where a very large and imposing individual did the inspection. You all passed and were allowed to gain access to the surface again, where you took the time to walk around, come up to the surface, and realized you were sort of in the center-ish of the Northern Lands. You made your way back to Wash's homeland of Imol's Hamlet, excuse me, where Wash had to say a good few things to a few good people, including some friends no longer with us, his father, and then as he was going to have a meeting with the Spine of the Mountain, the woman who raised him as mentor, somebody else decided to come in and say a few words. Odin himself came in, excuse me, and intervened, speaking with our paladin. Our warlock is somewhat offended, I don't know why, of course. However, words of wisdom were passed, advice was given, and a champion named in his stead. And that was where we left off, with Wash making it back to the tavern, excuse me, to go find his friends. Now, where is it? The Twilight Company find themselves back in Emerald's Hamlet, the small farming community where the place where one of your number grew up. From within these tavern walls, you guys are sharing a drink and tales about your adventures in the underground with Wash's father. From within the town, there is a sense of peace mixed with curiosity. From within the land, however, as a whole, uncertainty stirs and holds its tension like an arrow on a tightly drawn bowstring, just waiting to be launched. From within the dark reaches of the Underdark, a lone figure walks into a deadly cloud of spores, sighing heavily as he does, knowing what's to come. And from within the cosmos, in the space between and the places beyond, powerful forces take notice and with hushed tones make invisible plans. But we focus back in again inside this tavern. What would you like to do?
No, we don't focus back in this tavern. Wait, hang on a second.
What?
Go back.
Which part?
All of it. What the fuck?
Matt, read the whole intro again.
Yeah.
The Twilight
Rerun.
Company find themselves back in the Emerald's Hamlet. You can watch the VOD later.
What time of day is it?
Right now, your body clocks are a little bit fucked still. You basically have the D&D equivalent of jet lag right now.
Okay.
But in the actual time, it's probably about midday, but in your minds, it's probably like, coming to the nighttime sort of thing, the way that you rested. It's about midday-ish here. The sun is high, the air is clear, and the weather fair.
And sorry, Oren came back to us, right?
Oren came back, and you guys will
Right.
like raise your glasses and the big toast sort
That's
of thing, or
Okay. So,
excuse me.
obviously letting the kind of festivities kind of go ahead as such between the party and that. Eventually, of course, like, all right, we've been kind of screwed with the time. We've been sleeping at different points. I don't know about you, Israelion, but we're kind of knackered in a sense, and we need to get to Pavmar as quick as possible. I think we rest here, but we get up as soon as possible, and then we move on Pavmar.
I can do that. That's not a problem.
The rest of you,
Makes sense. I was still wanting to hold off before we use our tent.
we can use our tent if we want. I don't know, is there, and then I'll kind of head towards the barman and be like, is there spices for us?
Not really here. This is just a tavern. We don't really have any rooms, sorry. Don't get that many permanent visitors. My apologies.
That's all right. We can use the tent as I'll head back towards the group. We'll just use the tent tonight. Do we
you
have...
guys were careful with that. You kept it in the bag of holding when you were down there. And you used Joel's Leonardo's tiny hut.
Yeah, so Falcoris will go into the bag of holding
Oh.
and fill out the tent. Or is he filling out a man?
You pull out a tent.
Okay. So,
No, you pull out a tent quite happily.
and then of course we'll just go to work, leaving everybody else to like enjoy their festivities, their drinks and food or whatever, their chat and stuff. If of course we'll just work and putting the tent up himself.
Fantastic. And again, being the aid of a magical tent, even like, it takes you minutes, if that. It is a nice, quick, easy construct to erect with the aid of what Emmerich's magic is able to provide you.
And then I'll come back in and let
Yes.
everybody know it's ready. And then, sorry, there you go.
Can I insight check Falcoris while he's going into the bag?
Yeah, you can certainly make an
I
insight
want to
check.
see if he's nervous about it at all.
Make an insight check.
I mean, the player is nervous. I don't think Falcoris has a fucking clue.
What is it? 16.
Falcoris looks fairly happy, just opening up the bag of holding and carelessly, recklessly lunging his hand inside it. Woe be what dangers may be within.
Of course, has no clue. I do.
That's just in case you ever play that. So we have a tent that's it's enchanted, so you'll have your own room while you're with us, as you know.
Oh, it is okay. I tend to sleep in under the stars.
You'll like the room then.
Yeah, you'll like the room.
Yeah, the room was designed for the person that's left, and he wanted the room full of stars.
But I want to sleep outside.
This room is technically outside. It's a bit of a pocket dimension.
Can Adar come to room as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
share it if you like, and if you don't want to, you can sleep outside. It's up to you.
Before I go sleep, I'm going to cast alarm around the area. I know we're outside. I know we're in an area that is probably safe, but based on my experience and everything that I've done previously, it's just one of those things.
Just like, almost like, you can't go to bed without doing it sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just peace of mind for you more than anything. So again, you find where Falcoris has set up this, and it looks like a fairly normal tent. A bit on the big side, but definitely not enough to fit, all of you guys with individual rooms sort of thing. But sure enough, you still set up the alarm. They utter the password that no one can remember, and the door opens.
I do have the password somewhere.
No, I'm just being a dick. You usher the password, and the door opens, and what you see for the first time is a sort of hexagonal space with a large table in the middle with chairs all around it, and against each of these faces there is a door. The one you came in, plus the other ones for the individual rooms. If the guys want to direct you, they'll direct you to Joel's old room. And as you open it, you are transported to a nighttime scene before you, where your bedroom basically is on top of a rolling hill. You can see nothing, no walls to define where the room begins and ends. These rolling hills under a dark night sky. A couple of grey clouds that just hang loosely in the air, and above the sights of twinkling stars. There is no bed due to player choice. Instead, there is a flat boulder with a couple of, hides thrown over the top of it, acting as a bed.
Okay.
And if you want, as his party says, well, this can be your room.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm used to sleeping out in the wild anyway, so this is a lot more comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Adar immediately runs in, is confused initially as there is, although you can't see there is a physical wall at some point, so now and again you hear the boom of a soft thud of a displacer kitten finding the edge the hard way, rubbing its nose at this tentacle looking confused.
My poor girl.
Well, make yourself at home if you want. You should be safe here. Nothing can enter the tent without past code.
That is fine. And I have set the alarm outside, so if we do have any sort of intruders, I will be first to let you know.
Great. Elrel then leaves and goes for his third bath of the day.
Yep. In your own bathroom sort of thing.
Yeah.
You guys are sitting around, you guys, if you're in the main chamber area of the tent or not, you can see from under Elrel's door steam just rolling out, hanging in the lower grounds. And again, I will say for you, Elrel, as you jump in the bath and begin to soak, you close your eyes and relax as the hot water soothes your aching skin, and then a certain spot on your body nips as the flesh wound that you gave yourself earlier, as a little reminder of what you've done. Apart from that, though, you had that initial fuck sort of thing, but then you breathe out, ignore it, and it's a lovely steamy hot bath,
Yeah, I'll
scented.
clean it and try my best to wrap it probably a lot more
Mhm.
delicately than I did before.
Yeah, now that you actually have time, you're not trying to hide it now, like, hide and bandage. Now you can just fully, go into your backpack properly, take out a couple of medical supplies, clean it properly, and treat the wound where it will heal. You have a feeling this might scar, but again, to be expected from what you just did. But this will heal cleanly.
Cool.
The rest of you find your own respective rooms. Oh, actually, I've just realised.
If
I think
thought
Wash and
I had a
Jo-
room.
I was about to say Wash and was taking Joel's old room.
Wait, where?
No, I wasn't. I was bunking with.
No,
Fuck
you
Horror.
weren't.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
you were
bunk. I was going to say you're
Sorry,
bunking
I
with me.
forgot that. Sorry, my bad. You guys bunk in your own rooms, apart from Fuck Horse, Wash, and Lucia, who's now share a room. And you guys all, even though by the time this war probably happens, maybe about 1, 2 in the afternoon, if I push, begin to ease in for the night, so to speak. It's that weird jet lag sort of thing. Like, what? I'm not gonna go to bed just yet. I'm gonna make myself stay up a little bit longer. And you do whatever you want to pass the time, be it read a book, play with your animals, have a bath, whatever it is that takes your fancy. You push yourselves on to the point of exhaustions by taking over. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to do, we'll say it gets to about 5 p.m.-ish, and just like our player there, Andy, yawns are a flutter.
Oh, that wasn't a yawn. That was a cough.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I'm going to say it was a yawn. It's more dignified for you. Is there anybody that wants to do anything before we skip in time?
No.
Excuse me. No worries. Then skip we shall, and a deep, deep sleep comes over all of you as your bodies are tired. I'd say as well, and you're probably not as bad. You were in the Underdark too long. You basically came down, did the mission, and left for the most part. So you're not too bad. You're still not perfect, but you're not too bad. But the rest of you guys are struggling a wee bit at this point, and so a long, deep slumber washes over you all. And sure enough, it's probably a little bit early, maybe about 5 p.m., maybe pushing 6. You guys all begin to wake up, so you've reset the clocks enough and achieved a long rest in doing so. Excuse me. So again, anyone who's taking damage, hit points, spells, rest up, and the morning is yours.
Right, then I guess it's to Padmore.
Excuse me.
On the road.
On the road again.
Does anyone
As you
have anything we want to do after this? Right.
I mean,
Try a few matters.
no pressing matters. I would like to go and see my family in Brazenfort at some point. It's not full on, but just at some point, once we can get through some things. Honestly, where we stand right now, we don't have a lot of leads or a lot of places to go. I think right now we just go back to Pavmar, let them know about Dream.
Yeah. I mean, if the gods are nice, maybe we'll get a break.
Huh.
As these guys are having this conversation as early on, you get a ping in your head. Your alarm has just been tripped.
We have company. My alarm has just been triggered. I'll grab my scimitars, I'll throw my coat on, and I'll walk outside.
You open the door, and as you open the door, I don't know if you're doing it like, abruptly, just, trying to be imposing, but as you open the door, you see a small 5.5 foot girl with red freckles across her cheeks, curly hair, like, oh, and she looks up at you, standing in the doorway.
May I help you?
She looks down at the hamper in her hand full of fruits and vegetables. Is Oren in?
I believe he is. And I'll stand aside and let her come in.
Thank you. Thank you. She does that awkward shuffle past sort of thing, keeping the basket close to her chest as she sort of just like sidesteps you and comes in and sees the rest of you guys sitting around the table. And then locks eyes with Oren and gives a warm smile. Morning.
Morning. So you made good on your promise for food again?
As always, I figured you guys would be off in first thing, so I figured as I said I would, I'd get you some. It's not much. It's a couple of muffins, a couple of loaves of fresh bread. There's some fruit in there that's been picked the other day. Some vegetables if you want to make a soup. There's stuff in there. I hope it helps.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll ease the burden. They seemed to eat it last time. I'll nudge Falcors next to me.
Falcors is like currently trying to pack up his shit. It's like, oh, what'd you do that for, Oren?
Well, I hope it goes a long way and, helps.
Oh, well, I mean, what? How far is Pavmore again?
Pretty,
Right.
not the most furthest way we're placed in the world, but it's not going to be a quick trek either.
Yeah, it'll ease the burden of having to deal with traveling rations. So
Excuse me.
certainly better than nothing.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I hope it's all good. Shit, see you go again, but needs must when you're a defender of the throne, after all.
Well, I mean.
Of course, told me you
eventually-
passed your probation.
Apparently, fucking. I didn't know this, but apparently, yeah. I think the only reason I passed the probation is because he came along. So who knows?
That's not quite
Irritation.
true, to be honest with you, but never mind, and then I'll go back to whatever the fuck I'm doing.
He's doing that while packing. He doesn't even look up.
Yep. Well, I won't keep you too much longer. It's good seeing you again.
Yeah.
All of you, of course. And if
I'm-
any of you,
I'm sure we'll be back around. I mean, got
Yeah.
refugees to settle into Dream at some point.
I mean, yeah, I was also going to say that, not just you, Oren, but if any of you need a place to crash, come say hi.
I appreciate it. In fact, and as he's packing and he's trying to get something in the bag, like his own bag.
Yep.
Fuck, I should have put that out first. I appreciate it, but when I eventually retire, I actually might come up here.
Oh, you I didn't realize you're at the retirement age, or close to it. Sorry.
I would like to retire as soon as fucking possible, to be honest with you. But there you go. Fucking
I mean,
get in there.
okay, fine.
Not you.
Cool.
This.
Okay, sorry. How many? I'm gonna go. But it's lovely seeing you all again. And I hope the hamper's good.
Thank you.
As she's leaving, she gets to the door. She looks back one more time at all of you. Her eyes linger on you, Orin, a little bit, and then the door closes behind her as she.
Now I'll
skews
nudge
towards the
Oren and
fresh
be
morning
like,
air.
go get her.
Why?
Oh boy.
It's episode 69,
So-
Orin. That's why.
He's so much child.
Gotta match the title, boys.
Go after her.
Nah.
All right,
Trust
well,
me, it's trust me. It's no like that. If anything, that entire family really knowing I'm alive, they're apart from her parents are the first people who want me dead,
well,
and that won't change for a long time.
I don't think
So I
she
think-
cares.
I don't give a shit. Because this place needs to heal. I'm here, they can't heal. They just. Look, I just don't want to be here. I got stuff to do. Alright?
All right. And then his fucking Falcors has got like a foot in his bag, pushing everything down.
As you
Do what
do
you
on
need
the
to-
tent.
Give it here. Fucking hell. And I'll just push it in.
You just basically drop your hammer on it, sort of thing. Excuse me. So, with the aid of maybe a couple of friends to do so, disassemble the magical tent, your gift from Emmerich, and strap up and begin to head out.
I can't remember. Can we leave things in the tent and it persists?
Yes.
Can I leave the hazard suit in there? So we don't need
Sure,
to have it.
actually, yeah. That would actually work, yeah. Technically speaking, you can leave the the metal suit in there.
Oh, fuck, I packed my bag. I forgot about that. Fuck! I could have left it just in this fucking little lobby area. Fucking bastard.
You can quickly, if you want to, leave all your metal suits inside the. You'd have known that rule was the thing. You can leave your suits inside this, and they'll be fine.
Of course, he's now unpacking his bag. Like, fucking putting things up.
Why are you unpacking your bag?
Because it can be left in here. Be fine.
Not fair. All right, fine. It's just the big metal suit, you know. But you guys all leave your suits in here. Fold the space away safely in the pocket dimension that is this tent. And again, bags on your back, saddle up. Well, there's no saddling up, unfortunately. Don't know why I said that. And get ready for a long journey ahead of you. Now, I was going to skip through. The journey goes nice and smooth. The air is cold. Those of you with the more ranger-like nature-based skills, you guys can tell that a cold front is coming in, threatening potentially snow or ice if it gets really, really bad. But otherwise, the weather is blue skies up above. By the time you guys get and see the large capital city of Pavmar looming in the distance, the wind, although the weather's still clear, you can see in the distance, riding over the Cardardian Ocean, are these, from east to west, large, white, fluffy clouds that are going to block out the sky soon, riding on this cold front. Excuse me. But sure enough, I do apologize about the coughing, guys. Sure enough, you do get to your destination, the capital city of Pavmar. Excuse me. I'm guessing you guys are just going to make your way to the Rising Shire Palace, the place of royalty.
Yeah.
You head up there. We're going to change audio immediately then from that one. And as you get there, you can see again the palace grounds rise up and meet you. And these noble, decadent halls that you once called home, Kelegorm, greet you in. You can see the lions dressed in their large, thick armor that represents, you know, the lion symbology all over it. You can hear them marching across. You can see nobles of all sorts of attire, accoutrements, and other, whatever they're wearing, just going around. What's up with you?
Every time.
All right.
Done it last time as well when you were like, oh, there's like a creature, and then next second there's creature sounds. Oh, you hear them marching by. March, march, march.
Be better. Nothing will beat the jail cell one though. That one time, nothing will beat the jail cell sound effect. But you guys get to the palace, and as you walk in, one of the first things that you all see, those anyway who know this individual, you can see an Emmerich. He is currently wearing a silk kimono that is open. His normally very well kept hair is slightly longer, which in Emmerich's turn might as well be shaggy. His normally baby smooth jawline now has 9 o'clock shadow on it. He looks homeless in Eric. You can see that he wears this silk kimono that's open. You can see he's got a shirt underneath. It's a normal shirt. There's nothing fancy about it whatsoever. He's wearing comfy trousers and basically loafers, as he's currently just going across the palace duties, carrying a stack of papers.
Rough night.
Oh, darlings. House arrest isn't doing me favors. Darlings, I want to see the outside world again, but I can't.
Are you not allowed in the garden?
Yes, but that's not the same. I want to go adventures. I want to go see people again. But I'm stuck in here.
You never went on adventures in the first place.
I want
Are
to...
you not allowed out with someone with you?
What was that? Sorry, my love?
Are you not allowed out with, like, someone with you?
With an archmage wanting you dead, it's a little bit dangerous for me to step outside, apparently.
Who is this man?
Oh, yeah, actually, fuck. Emmerich, we'll catch you up in the details in a bit. But, Joel's left us for now.
Oh.
Not in a bad way. Well, kind of. I don't know. Like I said, details later. But this, this is a companion that we picked up in the Underdark. I think it could be quite useful for what we've got ahead. Azraelion, meet Emmerich. Emmerich, meet Azraelion.
Emmerich Barrow, at your service, Hand of the Queen.
Azraelion Ravenor, and I'll reach it, give him a strong handshake.
He gives you a very weak handshake back, the handshake of a wizard.
I'm very taken aback by that. Can smell weakness in a man that doesn't give you a strong handshake.
And where is she? Fuck. Ada. I don't know if she'll listen to me. We do have a displacer beast that could be running about here right now. Don't worry, it's so friendly. It's
Okay, well,
Azraelians.
that will provide me some entertainment at the very least. Thank you. You're too kind.
She is not a show kitten. She is a trained beast.
No. It's more the case of watching nobles shit themselves is quite fun.
I like this man.
Do you know where my sister is?
She's in the throne room, I believe, doing some administrative duties, of course.
Right. I've just realised. Sorry. Azrael, I give you an alias when we met. My real name is Elero de Soto. Prince Stavner.
You are royalty.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, the king, not to speak for him, but he's bigging himself down a little bit. Technically speaking, he should be on the throne.
I don't know if I should bow. And at that point, Adar will randomly appear and bow.
There's no need for that. There's just a degree of caution.
Why do you go out and do these things with your friends when you should be king?
I'm gonna go and get a good old ale. And then with Falcourse will just walk off.
I don't think this was the path that was meant for me. And I fell into it. I feel like it belongs to someone else. And I wouldn't deprive them of that, even if they aren't here to claim it.
If you think you should go your own way, then do that. I took it upon myself to find the beast that did this to my face. And I have committed my life to doing that. You do you. Whatever makes you comfortable. They slaughtered my village, and I was left with this. And once I find this being, I will do terrible things to it.
Well, that's all very dramatic, isn't it? I'm going to go find Falcoris, if you wouldn't mind. Gentlemen, milady, curtsying a little bit towards Lavender as he does. And as he turns around, the silk kimono just sort of like flaps behind him, sort of thing.
Well, if we can use any of the resources here to help you find this beast, then please make yourself at home.
I think this beast will only appear on contracts, which I find at taverns and any sort of bulletin boards. That is where I earn my coin, and I know it will appear one day. I appreciate your help.
Well, if the royals can help you, I can, or I should be able to. I have connections with the Adventurers Guild, so they might be able to pass on information here and there, get you an exclusive contract, that sort of thing.
That would be ideal.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, if you see a lass who looks far too anxious to be anywhere, tell me and I'll go talk to her, and she should be able to help.
Thank you. And in the meantime, I don't mind helping you with anything that you need my help with.
I'll take you up on that if I need it. That's very considerate.
As you guys, this conversation sort of tapers out a little bit. Falcoris, you're going through to try and get a drink away from an awkward conversation that's potentially about to happen. As you're going along, can I get you to make a perception check for me, please?
Ooh, that's a 28.
28. As you are sort of plodding along, minding your own business, trying to drown out in your head Lucia's just insistent babbling today. She's just chatting. Which isn't unusual, but she's just like, ooh, look at these again. It's back to good to be back here, just motor mouthing along sort of thing. And you've got used to it. Now, given the response to yes, of course. How very observant. You know, just you entertain her enough to keep her going, but not enough that she doesn't feel left out or ignored. And as she's motor mouthing away, you see in the corner of your eye, in one of the dark, sort of not alleys per se, obviously being inside, but you know, one of the thinner corridors off between two pillars, you see a armored figure down on one knee, in what looks to be prayer.
You see armored figure, Tesla coils on the back? The old
What was
coils?
that, sorry?
The old coils on the back?
No, like a regular armored figure.
Do I recognize in a way?
With the 28, you sort of like sidestep a little bit to see, and you can see Hex Warbringer is down on one knee, speaking to the hilt of her sword.
Oh. I will then stop and start making my way over to her.
As you walk your way over to her, something does catch you a little bit off guard. Obviously, your footsteps echo out, and she is immediately very aware of your presence. You're not trying to hide yourself, obviously, being around a friend. Someone in prayer might just finish off the prayer. She immediately sort of stands up, spins around, and looks at you. Whoa! Falcoris, all right, mate, how you doing? I'm a woman, by the way, but my voice is fucked.
You've changed since the last time I seen you, Hicks.
Dick everything. How you
You want me to get a soother for you? Hang on.
Oh, cheers, big man. So you see before you again the very, very tall, 6'6" Hex Warbreaker, the half-orcish woman from Alria, who helped bring over the refugees. You can see again the large, wide figure, the tattoo down the neck of the shattered sword. As she stands before you, looking a little bit, you know, like, where'd you come from? But not in the bad way, sort of thing, like a you caught me by surprise sort of way.
Oh, pleasure to actually see you here. How you doing?
Yes, good. Yeah, I've been doing all right. Just, you know, kicking the shit. I'm going away in a day or two.
How so?
We're going back to Alria.
We're going back to Aurea.
Not everybody. This is a I probably shouldn't be telling this, but fuck it, it's not my council at the end of the day. There's been reports of some important figures, survivors, held up in the 5 quarters of Slee in Alria. A little strike team's been assembled. A ship's been picked. It's small in number and secret. And we're gonna go try and do a little bit of extraction.
All right, back to your homeland, start fighting back. That's what you wanted to do. Well,
I've heard rumours of this, and I sort of want to put my foot in the door and make sure I was on that ship. A ship called the Intrepid. Leaves in the morning.
all right. Watch out for the captain.
Oh, you know them?
Know them's a bit of a small. I don't know. I don't really know them. They came from my past. I told you about the ship. It came that
the
appeared.
ship on land, yeah?
Yeah, I found out the captain of that ship is really the captain that was on the one that came from Shadowfell.
Oh,
Now,
fuck.
I'm telling you this in confidence, because, again, this should be hush-hush. But we've made a deal with her.
Right.
She is supposed to do what we ask her to do. Well, at least the Republic of Tyria's orders. while she gets a ship and roams here and can stay here through the Shadowfell. But when the time comes, she's to help us with the Shadowfell.
That's fine, I guess. I mean, this is kind of, and that's not at all. It's fine. I'll say that prick. I mean, from what I heard, though, you know, credit to her, where's Stu, that no other captain wanted to take up this mission. She was the only one. He was stupid enough, crazy enough, or brave enough to say yeah.
Probably all three.
Probably to be going back to Aria.
But
We've all been told to write goodbyes and shit.
keep an eye on
You
her
know.
for me.
I'll be too busy doing other shit, mate.
I know. But just if you see anything different.
I'll try my best.
You just never know. She could be helping the final sign away. But
I doubt that, but we'll see what happens.
I've got news for you, actually.
Oh, fuck, for me?
Yeah. We cleared the
What's
ream.
up? No shit.
It's going to take a bit of time. A few days, maybe a little bit more, before we can actually safely start moving in there. But we cleared it. It's going to be cleared. We can get people in there, start rebuilding, and get your people into that old city to live lives.
Well, look at that. It's nice to meet a man that can keep his word. And she gives you, like, what's supposed to be like a friendly punch to the shoulder, but being a half-orc is a little bit too rough.
Oh, that's right where a bruise is.
Oh, sorry about that. You'll toughen it up.
Ah.
But I do appreciate that. And, you know, my people will as well, more than anything. And look, I've done what you asked me to do. She pulls back a cloak, and you see the medal is underneath her cloak, but she still has it pinned to her.
Should be visible. Well, I'll accept.
Oh, I'm glad you will.
Your people is going to go through a rough time, especially if they hear about people going back to try and figure out a way forward.
That's why this is secret.
We'll look forward to trying to house people here, get their lives back on track, maybe bring some normality back to them.
Well, hopefully they won't have to stay here forever. You know, Padma's nice, and your people have been nothing but kind to mine. But it's no place like home.
I get
Even
that.
after it's been torn to shit, we can rebuild it, make it better. But first things first, we need to get some important heads out.
Well,
You be the hero once again.
good luck.
Thank you.
Keep your head on a
whoever's gonna
swivel.
come next for you guys. Good luck with you two as well.
God knows.
She sort of frowns a little bit. Yeah. Be seeing you guys around, eh?
Can I ask you a personal question?
She stops. How personal are we talking here?
What's your connection with your god? You seem troubled.
We all go through a rough patch, don't we?
Who do you pray to?
Thunder? The Morning Lord himself?
And what's happening? Breakdown of communication between you two or what?
This one. I don't want to get too much into it. It's you know, it's not the best. It hasn't been for some time.
We just finished off a betrayer god. That was what the ream. I don't know what the fuck the gods are doing right now. I'll be honest with you. At first I thought the Raven Queen was a shining bright entity that we needed. After hearing what I've heard, I'm not sure anymore.
Let me tell you something as a cleric, mate. Nobody needs a god.
Well, I've never had a god.
If we needed them, they still have their Palace of Elysium here. If we needed them, they'd be in our lives. We don't need them. They're a tool. If they want to give us power, fuck it, we'll take it. But at the same time, I think some have got greedy with it over the years.
I kind of agree with that. Kind of don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't like the gods.
It's your-
I've never
it's your
been a
opinions.
worshipper of gods, but
Hey, I wasn't until later in life. And now having a lover's quarrel, if you want to call it that.
I'll be careful.
I always am. Always am, always will, always have been.
I'll be checking in to see your progress as much as I can.
Don't bother, I'll probably be dead.
Nah, I don't think you can die.
Yeah.
By the way, no shame in retreating. Coming back and fighting out another day.
Alright.
Hey,
No
you want your land
promises.
back. You need to be smart about it.
Yeah, if I want my land back, I'm gonna go make sure. But if I'm gonna die, I'm just one. I'm gonna take down as many as I can first.
Or maybe take down as many as you can and pull the fuck out before you die, and then you can take down more.
See what happens. I ain't gonna plan for anything.
Of course, we'll hold out his hand, the old, brother in arms type. And
She doesn't go in for it initially. She looks down at your hand. There is like that awkward, are you gonna shake it sort of pause before she finally does the wrist grab sort of thing back. And she just gives you a little nod. Alright. Well, say hi to the guys for me. Pass on my love.
I will do.
You know?
Good luck out there. Head on a swivel.
I'm gonna spend so much time drunk on this fucking boat.
To be fair, that's probably the best way to be. I don't remember
Yeah.
much time on my boat. Don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Well, I'll write. I'll send the postcard.
Send me a postcard when you've cleared the area.
See how far north I get. I'm going to the 5 quarters of Sleep first. Little island, so we'll see what happens.
I have no idea what the fuck that is. But there you go.
Aria's 3 islands. You've got the west side, the east side, and then there's the volcano in the middle that split the islands. It's called the 5 quarters of Sleep. We basically live in the old extinct volcano.
Fascinating. Oh well.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Well, shit happens.
And I'll punch her back.
Make a strength check.
Is it strength check or attack her?
Make a strength check. You want to see how hard you're gonna hit her. I just want to see how hard you punch her.
That is just straight up strength. Is a 16.
A 16. She is pushed back a little bit by it, and she... Good one.
Oh, fuck you. And I walk away.
No worries. The rest of you, whilst Falcoris is having this sort of catch up, are you guys up to anything, or...?
I will maybe go a wander around this place. I've never been here. See if I can pick any sort of contracts up or anything like that. So check the normal bulletin boards, ask around, that sort of thing.
As you sort of ask around, looking around for any contracts might come up, you can very quickly gather the attention of someone that maybe whose attention doesn't want to be gathered. As you're asking around contracts, someone points in the direction of, if you go to the Guildmaster's office, as the Guildmaster is here, you are, oh, fantastic, this is just what I need. And you walk way over and you knock on the door, and a very shaky voice asks you to enter. And as you do, you can see that sitting behind this a table, or just in the process of standing up. And look, you've got the main table at the back, which is empty. There's a little receptionist table right next to the door, sort of thing. And standing behind that one, you see a very, very small woman. She's probably, she looks in her late teens, early 20s sort of age. She has hair in a little double bun situation right now. Very, very well dressed. Very, very, royal attire, as you'd like to expect here. You're scared. Hi. Welcome to the Guildmasters. Can I help you?
Do you have any monsters to kill?
Yeah. There are plenty of. Do you have a specific monster you're looking for? Do you have a favorite enemy? A type of job? Do you want to go somewhere? Like, how can I assist you?
I will take all the contracts you have. If
All
you
the contract. Oh, okay. Let me. If you want all the contracts,
yes.
Master didn't tell me what to do if someone wants all the contracts. You can see her like having an internal meltdown at this point.
Again, blank expression. I am very autistic. I don't read facial cues very well. I'm laser focused and just killing things for money.
Okay. Let me see what we have, and I will get back to you if that's okay, sir.
Yes. I will wait here.
You'll wait there. Okay. Perfect. Right where we need to be. And she sits down and starts going through the paperwork. Now and again, she sort of looks up and does that, like, smile before going back into the drawers and that sort of stuff again. Excuse me. Pardon me. She goes through and rummages, and it takes her maybe about 15 minutes, but feels a lot longer for both of you. Before she finally gets a whole bunch of, like a ring binder of contracts together. Well, some of them are just in their draft stage. I can't quite give you those ones yet because I don't know what they're set to be. But I can give you what we have. Some of these have been in rotation for a while. Some of them not so much. Oh no, you can't have that one actually. Sorry. But
Why can't I have that one?
this one's going to the top of the chain. Like, this is going up to Defenders of the Throne sort of territory. I mean, not to shit on you, of course, but I'm sure you're very capable, but this is a, this needs to go up.
I understand. However, I am a protector of the throne.
I'm sorry, I don't... You're quite distinguished. You look very easy to remember.
I know.
Not to be rude. Oh, sorry.
I know the king.
Okay. I'm not trying to be rude here, but I really don't think that I should be giving you this because I don't know.
I am friendly with the Twilight Company.
Make a persuasion check for me, please, at this one now.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. That is a 5.
She also rolled a 5. Oh well, that makes the Twilight. Yeah, of course. Well, how about I keep this aside and I'll give it to you first.
Why, if you're going to keep it aside and give it to me first, why not give it to me now?
There's official processes that needs to be completed. She's lying.
I will lean in.
Oh fuck! Sorry, language.
I will flick my hair back to reveal the scarf on the face, and I'll do this at the side of my hand, at the side of my body, and that's when Adar will appear. I think that this contract should go to me.
Sure.
No.
Make an intimidation check now for me.
A 10?
A 10. Excuse me. Do you know what? I think that'd be a lovely idea. And she
Very
just
good.
quickly hands you the paperwork out towards you, and it's one single bounty, it looks like.
Thank you. Do you have a time frame and when this needs to be completed?
Nope, just urgency.
And how would you like proof that the bounty is done?
That's up for you guys ultimately. This is a important thing. All the details are inside.
And may I take these small contracts that you're getting?
Please do, please.
And I'll just take whatever paper she's got there ready, and I will leave.
Yep, you scoop up, let's say 6 contracts of 7 in total. The one that is important, and these other 6 menial ones.
Yeah. And I will leave, close the door behind me.
As you close the door, you swear you hear the sounds of weeping. As the door shuts behind, and you have the paperwork in your hands. Now, are you looking at any of these at all, or?
I want to look at the one that she was very hesitant to give me.
So you look at that one, and what it basically is, it started off what you can tell. This has been a bounty that was on a board, but has been taken down. This was put out by the guild. You can see that it's like any contract you think to accept. Just you can even see the nail. The hole where the nail has been driven through against the pin board.
Yeah.
However, it is then be reframed again, and there's like an attachment letter to it. The letter basically reads, and is addressed to the Twilight Company as a whole. And in short, the letter basically reads, "We believe we found evidence of your missing shooter. Here is a contract that was put out. We have redacted the contract, but this is a mission that we believe has your attention, or will have your attention."
And this is for the Twilight Company, yeah?
This is for the Twilight Company, yeah.
Okay. I will head back to where we met Emmerich and that.
No problem. You saw me, and you can see probably your new friends just floating around various hallways. You can pick them up easily enough, if you wanted to.
Yeah. And then as I'm walking, I'll just like read the other ones that are there.
They're fairly average contracts now, so there's nothing too serious. You've got a couple of bandits off to the north. Mureach is saying they have a unknown monster problem, but again, it's nothing that's causing drama. They would just like it dealt with before it becomes an issue. Some last remnants of what's called Thunderbrand Warriors, which are at the Northern Mountain Range, a band was called a super horde of Orc and Goliath tribes. Quite ruthless war bands of them. They now and again launch little raiding parties. Parties come down the mountain that's caused a bit of grief towards Castamies. Stuff you'd expect to find. There is nothing that, you'd be like, that's exciting, Stuff that you might, if you were just in the tavern, just leave for someone else, not of your caliber work, but it's still there.
I think it was more because of how anxious she was. That's the whole reason why I took them.
Unfortunately, she makes anything as anxious, our Arabella. Bless her. But sure enough, each of you, as you guys are going down the palace corridors, unless there's anything else you want to do prior to this, Azraelion finds you one by one and brings you all together. Unless, again, please, if anyone wants to do anything in the interim, let me know.
Can I just very quickly, as a flyby, stop by Emmerich's room?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going a bit bored in here? Do you want to
Yes. Painfully bored, my dear boy.
I pull out the sketch of Joel's soul chamber that I took.
Yep.
Now I understand the physical mechanisms here,
Okay.
but I don't understand the magic at all.
I see.
The sketch of Joel's soul chamber.
Oh.
I want to
That is
know how it
intriguing.
works. I want to know how to dismantle it. I want to know everything we can about it. I have a theory. If the final say comes back, he might have a similar mechanism containing his soul.
I like your thinking. And this is quite a detailed sketch you've given me here. I'm sure I can extrapolate quite a fair bit from this.
Sorry, my handwriting is atrocious.
It's fine. You have the handwriting of a physician. It's okay. But no, I can make this work. I can hopefully here, and I can pull some strings. Maybe get Sauber even involved. We might be able to do something with this.
Great.
Thank you.
I need to go catch up with my sister briefly.
Of course. Take your time, and it's getting good seeing you, Gwen. I have terribly missed you all. Thank you for placing me under house arrest, you bastards. But there we go.
For your own good.
I know, and I hate it.
I mean, if you did want to venture out, I'm sure you can supply some lines or something.
Lions are no match for an archmage. With intent. It's fine, I'm safer here. They wouldn't dare launch an attack inside the palace grounds. Again. Well, enough of that dreary chat. You need to go find your sister, and I need to start reading.
Right. Enjoy.
I shall.
So, catch up with everyone else.
Not a problem. At that point, as you're sort of coming back, but do you want to meet Elena first, or?
No. It's just mainly to debrief, so I'll wait for everyone else.
Cool, not a problem. At that point, Azraelian picks you up, and you guys all begin to congregate again in the center where you first came in. Wash and Lavender, is there anything you guys have been doing in the interim? Nope. Not a problem. So,
Hold on. My fucking thing wasn't unmuting for some
oh,
reason.
sorry.
Yes, there's one thing I want to do.
Fantastic.
Very quickly. You don't have to RP if you don't want to. I would like to go visit the Temple of Bodin
Of course.
and ask them for if they had like in the similar vein to what Bodin had of a shoulder cape with some sort of marking of Bodin.
They, as you sort of asked this game, we're not going to RP it completely. They don't have one, but they know exactly what you're talking about. Obviously, it's part of Bowden, his attire. And if you request, they recognize you as a paladin of, can commission one for you. It will cost you probably about, again, if they want to make it accurately, probably about 100 gold, and to make it fine and well, to make it roadworthy at that. But if you want,
Can I build that to the guild?
unfortunately, they don't accept that one. They'll not accept paying to the guild. But you don't need to pay up front. You can pay on completion,
Yeah,
which will take them a couple of days.
I will do that. Yes, please. And then, yeah, that's all I wanted to do.
Not a problem at all. You can pick it up in basically 2 days' time. With the promise of 100 gold, you can get this cape. It will serve you no magical purposes. A little heads up on this one. It is
Totally
a
fine,
beautiful
it's not meant
cosmetic,
to.
but perfect, just in case you're like, can I make it cool? But that's absolutely fine. You can certainly commission that, and they are eager to do this for you as well. Recognizing Bodin being one of the smaller gods these days, someone to represent him that well is they're touched. And as you're coming back at that point, you find your friends congregated in the center, and you all come together once more after maybe about 45 minutes apart.
Let's debrief and give the good news.
Yeah, basically call a meeting, I guess.
Okay, I'll lead the way, go find my sister, and whoever else is important.
No, not a problem at all. You make your way to the throne room, and then, as again the doors open, you see again the large windows that overlook the city. You can see the large, long U-shaped table that is the main centerpiece of the throne room. In the immediate, in the foreground, in the background, of course, you can see the thrones themselves, standing tall and grand against the glass windows. But you can indeed see sitting like in the middle of the U-shaped table, with her head in her hands, and you can hear from here just the quill writing endlessly. You can see your sister, the princess Elena, just sitting there writing. You can see off to next to her, again sitting on a chair. Currently, the chair is like kicked back at its rear two legs. Her feet are on the table. You can see Lily is currently in her lion's armor, just rocking back and forth on the chair, just trying to keep herself awake. And again, the usual lions you expect to see, just now dotted around the room against pillars, just keeping the royal guard duties up.
Working hard or hardly working?
Or slacking,
Something like
as I'll shout towards Elena. Not Lily, sorry.
Elena.
No, to Lily.
Kill him. Of course, can we meet the new character, please?
No.
Oh, fine. You're playing.
I'll fight my way up.
But you, as you call both these, but the two of you calling out, you can see that Elena doesn't even look up. I'm having a riveting time, brother and friends. Lily then pipes up and returns to you, Farcoris. I'm fucking loving it.
Oh, we've got some good news.
Finally, please. She rests the quill back in its little holder, puts a little cap on the ink pot. Please tell me anything that's better than politics.
Well, thanks to our paladin here, we've managed to eliminate the source of the plague in Dream.
Really? Oh, that is
Um,
excellent news, brother.
Still clearing, but hopefully in a couple of days it should be okay to start moving people in.
Well, that'll be good. Miss Silversong will be happy to hear that as well. She's been doing some surface operations since your departure again. She'll be elated to hear that actually. Oh, that's wonderful. That's so good. That's so good. Thank you. Oh, thank you, all of you. You've done us all a wonderful service once again.
How
She there, her brow then furrows. I can't help but notice you're the same number, but a face has changed. Can I ask if, where's Joel?
he's alive, but we don't know exactly where he is.
Right.
It seems he's been reclaimed by the Raven Queen at the moment.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. That's, different. Excuse me. He's not dead, though, right? That's the take. Oh, that was a confident face, brother.
It seems like his new form is failing.
I see. Well,
I think the worries that he might turn into a second final stage, so we're trying to solve the problem.
no, yes, that's, a wise choice, and I'm sorry that he has to make that sacrifice, and that you guys do as well. And with that, she stands up. However, I can see that the space has already been taken. My name is Elena de Soto. I am current reigning queen of the land. May I have your name, please, sir? She says.
My name is Azraelion Ravenor.
A pleasure to meet you, sir. And am I to interest you've helped my brother and the Twilight Company out with their trip down under Ream?
No, I helped them escape the Underdark.
Oh. Well, thank you very much for bringing my brother back to the surface.
It's a pleasure.
Are you to stay? I don't know if you guys even had that conversation. I'm so sorry. That's quite rude of me, actually. I was just going to ask, are you going to be staying with our good defenders for a time now, or are you going to be looking for payment and leaving? Which is completely fine, by the way.
In the meantime, I will assist your brother and his friends on whatever they need to do until I find the right time to leave.
Of course. Well, in the absence of them losing someone, having that space filled is really appreciated, and it puts my mind at ease, especially if you can get my brother out of places. That's fantastic. He often gets himself in a mess. Having someone to take him out is quite good.
Often I get myself in a mess. I'm sure I will fit in quite well.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Well, anything else to report? You know, what was happening down in Dareem? What do we have going on? Is there any chance we can come back? Preventatives we need to take?
Do you mind clearing the room for this conversation?
Of course, yeah. Guards. And they also do that stand to attention. You hear the very quick half-second shuffle of metal on metal as all the armors will tighten up in themselves. Please, you're dismissed for now. And they all wordlessly give a deep, respectful bow from the waist and march out the room in perfect uniform, closing the big, heavy wooden doors behind them.
Sorry.
Lily stays, and hope you realise that.
Yes, of course. I didn't expect anything else. But I just didn't want to cause unnecessary alarm.
Okay.
We found a betrayer god down there.
A betrayer god?
Yeah. Specifically, what's his name?
That's a strange name.
Right. Specifically Mitress.
Mitress, why does that ring a bell?
He was an ally of Bodin.
That's
From
probably
God.
where then. That's probably where. Well, that's different to what we were expecting.
I think
Yeah.
more importantly, he was also the previous ruler of the Shadowfell before the Raven Queen.
Oh. Okay.
But
That's.
we found what was left of him, basically.
Sorry, flu. Okay. And he is no longer with us in this plane of existence, then, no?
No.
Okay. Well, that kind of been easy for you all.
It was placed there by the fiancé, and
Of course, he has something to do with it.
while I'm not one to take the words of a betrayer god lightly, or with any reason to believe it, he did cast out on the Raven Queen.
I'm not sure if, as you say, we should take that with a pinch of salt or not.
You know what betrayer gods are best at doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we should probably keep on our guard for that.
Of course. But if there's one less betrayer god in the world, then that's a good thing, I see. And if that was the cause of Dream's woes, then we might be able to get the cartographers to remake the map and score out the word lost for once.
That would be nice.
Very nice. And give, more importantly as well, as you guys suggested, the Elrian people a home again. Some of them have... We've been doing ears to the groundwork. Some people labeled it spying, but it's more trying to get word for the people. Some want to go home more than anything, of course, but some do want to stay. It'll be good for those that want the option to stay here to have a permanent residence, not just the refugee camp in Pavmar.
It's gives a lot of opportunities for people, at least.
Exactly. It means we can help out more, and this is good. It will take time, obviously. You know, it's not a case of these spore clouds being cleared. It will need to be rebuilt from the ground up, and probably raised to begin with before it gets rebuilt again.
Especially the massive gaping hole in the middle of the room. I think you
There's a
might want to help, clear that up.
well, the Creed of Creation have offered their assistance in the cleanup process if it is to be true. And now that you've told me it is, then we can get that ball rolling. They have suggested the city might need to be raised first, a fresh slate, start again, and I can't say I blame them. But
Yeah.
that'll be a later problem.
When we walked in, you seemed trouble. Has there been much happening on your end?
Not much. Your father and his entourage left. They've gone back home. And I'm just tidying up the mess from the whole Emmerich debacle. There's been a lot of... She sort of makes with no guards in the room shit alongside that.
Can imagine.
It's just a political nightmare I didn't need. I'm glad, very glad that Emmerich's alive, of course. I would not want anything to happen. I'm glad we got the best outcome of a bad situation, but... They come to Mentais and then this happens. And I don't want to overstep my barks and make too much demands of the Republic, and the Republic equally don't want to be made demanded of too much. There's a balancing act to be ridden here. I'm trying to get Archmage Elijah trialed here, but it's a pain.
Can imagine.
And then just the general runnings of the land. It's been fun. Although the Suntop Monastery, they reached out recently. They sent a little letter. Again, just wanted to say their eternal thanks. They put it as.
For a bunch of monks, they love a pun, don't they?
I don't get it.
Oh, just because the Eternal. I thought we
Eternal?
were
The
capturing that
Eternal
somewhere.
is, the person that
Yeah.
rules over them.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
Oh,
Yes. Good joke. There's been a lot going on. A lot of good stuff, though. I'm just tired from all of it.
Seems we don't have any pressing issues. So
Fine.
Um,
Well, the
has there been any word of any sort of, I don't know, strange things? Any shade of eyes seen?
not that I'm being aware about. Nothing's come across my desk as of late. I am waiting on a report coming through from the guildmaster just to see if anything's been approached as of yet that hasn't caught the attention of me yet. But no, nothing seems to be off more than it already is.
It's too quiet. I don't like it.
It does seem to be a long waiting game, doesn't it?
We're running out of things to point ourselves at.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, I'm sure if the guildmaster's letter comes, I'll see if there's anything. And if you want to go monster hunting, I can pass it on to you.
Is this the guildmaster letter that I got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not even picking up on this.
Is that you as the player or you as the character?
No, me as the character.
Okay, just make sure you're with me still. Sorry, buddy. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah, you're just like,
yeah, nobody
I'm
else knows.
I'm just double checking that it's definitely the same letter.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's the same letter. Yep.
Well,
I'm not even going to pick up on it. I'll wait until the gang are alone and I'll go, by the way, there you
I've
go.
got this.
when Elena says about Monster Hunting, I kind of look at Israel and be like, well, I do have a new party member that is into monster hunting.
I have just been to the guildmaster to gain some contracts on killing monsters.
Oh,
But
fantastic.
and I'll pass them over to Falcoris and go, can you find one that we all may want to do?
Is the main letter in there? Or is
All
it
of
just
them
the
are
other
there.
shitty ones?
All of them are there.
All of them are.
All of them are there? Okay.
You're gonna get.
Of course, we'll start kind of flicking through them, and then eventually get to the actual main letter. Like you'll look at one and be like, other adventuring groups can look at that. The guild probably will be able to handle that one. You know, just kind of flick through them and be looking, and then eventually get to that one and be like, shoot, and then his face will fall.
Why did you have a letter with the royal seal? How'd you get that?
I spoken to this little anxious woman and
Oh, gods. You weren't mean to little Arabella, were you?
no, I asked her for the contract and said I know of the Twilight Company. And she gave me it.
Okay, well, as long as you were nice to her, she's a bit of a nervous wreck, that one. She is going through formal training. You'll be happy to hear. That's something that we've changed since you've been away. She is getting some formal training, again, to try and help with her nerves, and it's going wonderfully.
Yes, I don't think she likes cats.
She doesn't like a lot of things, Arabella. People, chief among them. Social environments, also quite high up there. To be honest, I don't know how she got the job, but I have a soft spot for her for some reason. There's something about her. But our attention goes back to Falcoris, seeing your face drop a little bit.
Seeing what it
What's-
says, does it tell me where?
So it will say there. It will say, if you look at your maps, to the hills to the side of Stipline.
Let me go to the map.
Do we have monsters to kill?
This ain't a monster to kill. This is a monster to track. Friendly monster in a way.
Sorry.
Sorry, what'd you say there?
So just making sure I corrected myself. I was thinking of the place I'm at Stipine, sorry.
Stipine,
The
right.
hills near Stipine.
Okay. They might have found Bucky. And I'll look at the others.
we should head out right away then.
Is there anything else on this letter, like any other details?
I mean, from what the letter again, when you look at the original contract, it is basically a wanted dead or alive sort of thing. Masked individual with a very powerful arcane weapon, should not be approached for the faint of heart or untrained, considered highly dangerous. Has recently executed somebody, reasons unknown, with this powerful weapon in the town of Stipine.
I'm getting giddy hearing all this.
We might need to talk to the guildmaster, find out who the fuck he's executed. Because if he's on the rampage again about the Shadowfell, that person was connected somehow.
And then, if he is on the rampage again, a particular area might be a sign that another rift's about to open.
Oh, Bucky. Alright, well, let's put a fucking shit mood. I thought we'll be able to relax.
I mean, we can send Amar and Fen if you'd rather.
No. I trust Amar and Fen with my life. I don't think anybody can get through to Bucky like I can.
And you probably make a good point. I've never met the man, but from what you've told me. Well, rest up. And then if you want to head out, you can head out. Whenever.
Who is Bucky?
I was thinking that as well, if I'm honest. I didn't want to intrude, but
That's true, Oren, actually. Well, Oren, you know that I was part of the Mirage unit. As Relion. I was part of the Riptide Defenders, the army, so to speak, of this land. Based in Brazafort, eventually I was picked for a specialised unit called the Mirage unit. 10 of us. We came together, different skill sets, put together to do monster hunting and other things. Basically whatever needed done that was meant to be hush-hush. We were highly trained. I became captain of the unit. Bucky was one of them. Bucky was already mentally fractured when we got him, but he was a skill set like no other. He was a great ranger. Unbelievable. Could track a lot of things. Could kill a lot of things. He was good. But a few years ago, we were attacked by a creature that isn't even part of this realm. When I say creature, there's a few of them. It tore apart my Mirage unit. There was only a few survivors. Me, Fen, Amar, and Bucky. And unfortunately, the situation around what happened is very similar to what broke his mind in the first place. So Bucky's in a very, very fragile mental state. And now he's running around with a gun that the Creed created. Or a weapon that a Creed created to call it a gun. But basically, this thing is highly powerful, which Elleril here can attest to. And he was kidnapped into the Shadowfell. He was kept there, a prisoner for a while. I can't remember how long, but he managed to escape. But now he somehow has a way of tracking the scent of the Shadowfell. Anything that comes through from the Shadowfell, anything that's ever been in the Shadowfell, he can sense it off them, whether it be objects or people. And he was tracking people down and killing them. And well, he targeted us because we were in the Shadowfell. That's why he hit Elleril. But now he's out on the run again. And well, it says here he executed someone, so they're no doubt connected to the Shadowfell in some sort of way. And well, I'm gonna have to try and find them and put a stop to this, I think. Fuck. Elena, if you don't mind, if you can send a message to Fen and Amar. Tell them I've got sights on Bucky. Well, we've got information on Bucky. Say Falcoris will deal with it.
I'll send word straight away. There'll be a Raven dispatched by the end of the hour.
Bye. To the rest of you, and especially you, Elleril, because I know you're the one that challenged me on it. I want to speak to Bucky first. Again, I think he's the key to find out the Shadowfell. I want to try and bring him under control, this time closely with us. But I'm willing to do what I have to do if he is off the other end. Honestly, it might be a relief for him.
Trust you, Falcoris. I've got your back on this.
He's
I
a
know
brother
I-
of me, just so you know. Wash and Israelian. He's like a brother to me. He's like family. He's like a little brother that I protected for a long, long time. So, decisions are hard. But if it's him or the safety of others, I'm going to pick the safety of others. I've always have.
It is okay. You can land the killing blow.
At first, we try and bring him under control. That's my only request. If shit goes sideways after that, I'll let you
I
know.
would like to make a request of you guys as well, then, if you're going after him. And he can be negotiated with. Don't bring him here.
No. I've got...
If you are able to, send word. And if you need someone to come, such as myself, Emmerich, even if he needs to be outside the house for a little bit, you let us know, we'll come to you.
I'll figure something.
If that's the case, could I take Andor back then? If we
Oh,
find
of
him.
course, yeah. I forgot, your little pet. Yes, of course. He's in my chambers. I can go fetch him.
I'll send him back if we need to get a message to you as quickly as possible.
I appreciate that. But I just don't... I know he's your brother, and I know that it's not his fault, but I can't risk him being here.
No, that's totally understandable, and I agree.
If we can avoid him coming into contact with anyone that's in the Shadowfell with us,
Yeah.
then we should.
Thinking that's... And I don't want to hold it against, but after what you told, and I've been there... You've all been there, of course. You're putting yourselves in enough danger it is, but Emmerich was there. Some of our nearest and dearest were.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep them out of the proverbial literal firing line. But I hope it shouldn't come to that, and he can be negotiated with.
I hope so too. I really do.
Just, if there's anything else you need, then you but need to ask.
Falcoris will turn and walk away and go to... And without saying another word, he will just walk out, leave the others, and just go and find a place where he can drink.
Mm-hmm. Not a problem at all. Lily just sort of watches Falcoris leave, and she goes, "Wow, that's intense."
Yeah. Better that we find them than someone else does that.
Yeah. No, you're very right. Now that Falcoris isn't in the room, if this individual Bucky cannot be negotiated with, then she's looking at all of you one by one. And if he hesitates, I need one of you not to. He might hate you, he might be mad. But if he's dangerous and Falcoris won't, one of you will have to step in.
I'll do what we need to.
I'm sure you all will. But let's not get bogged down on all these negativities. I've got enough paperwork to do as it is. Full of that. Is there anything else that you need from myself?
Not in take down unless you've got any restock supplies that you can offer.
I'm sure we can take time to restock your rations and whatnot, and whatever trail you might need.
No one's mentioned it just yet, I'm assuming, because there's more pressing matters, but, is there any word from my predecessor? Kind of want to make sure that I still have a job.
Actually, Emmerich might have some letters from him. Nothing slipped on my desk, but I know Emmerich's being the ambassador has been sort of dealing with that, so I can certainly ask Emmerich and see. I'll get Emmerich to catch up with you, if you'd rather.
I've only read one of his letters, and that was specifically him threatening to say that if I didn't do a good job, he'd come kill me. So, probably give them to somebody else, but
Well,
I figured I would check, because otherwise I'll get shouted at.
I think your life is quite fine for now. You haven't done us any wrong. Quite the opposite. You've done us nothing but well so far. I mean, a great fit for the Twilight Company and Defender of the Throne. So I will still ask Emrakul the same if there's been any words from up north.
Fair enough. Well, I've done my bit. I'm off.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm going to head off into the city. I won't try and find Chorus. I think he just needs some
Yeah.
time alone.
This is. I kind of wish I was able to intercept this letter first, but there we go. The way these things work out. But yep. Do you all do what you need? And again, to yourself, Israelian, thank you so much for aiding us once more. And I dare say we'll be seeing more of your face in these grand halls.
You will. If you have any sort of contracts to kill any sort of exotic monsters, or I will take them. Leave them specifically for me.
If anything comes across my royal desk, I shall set it aside just for you.
Perfect.
As a so I hope you don't mind, I did offer a reward to Australian for getting us out of the Underdark.
You offered the royal coin up, did you?
Yes.
How much would you promise this man?
I didn't give a number, quite frankly. He just agreed.
Australian, do you have any cash debts? Are you in?
No,
Any tabs that need closed? Okay, great.
I don't need any sort of coin reward. I was leaving. It is only fair I assist in allowing others to leave with me.
Okay. Well, you've been promised something, and we can't have you leaving empty-handed, so there will be a room set aside just for you as a defender of the throne within these palace grounds. Should you ever need to come here, you will never be questioned. You can come into the kingdom itself and walk right in as if you're a family. There'll be a room always ready for you. You will get access to the finest and most well-paying contracts, first dibs, and will be financially compensated well for them.
Thank you.
Of
That
course.
is much appreciated. Normally I travel and go through taverns and bulletin boards and make my coin that way and sleep under the stars. Having a place where I can rest my head and know that I will be given work on the regular, it is very great.
You're very more than welcome. Thank you, brother, for that. She just gives you a little sly grin, and it is just like that tongue-in-cheek, like, sort of thing, but, yeah.
Like, I'm just getting you back for how you used to treat me when we were children.
What do you mean this time?
I don't know, I'm just trying to think of an excuse.
You're trying to think of excuses, okay, right. Well, how about you go think of them then, please?
Sorry, your mic cut out, Matt.
So, why don't you go make up excuses in another room? I've got some business to attend to, since one of us can actually bother doing our royal duties.
Thanks, love you, bye.
Love you too. And with that, the rest of you guys leave the room. And as you do, like, if you look over your shoulders, you like close the door behind you. Can see she sort of looks up at you, LOL, and gives you a very warm smile. You know she's just kidding, but yeah, she can't let you go unpunished. Falcoris, we'll cut to you very quickly. You know that if you want to place a drink, probably inside the palace isn't going to be the best area to go seek a cup. You can leave. You can go to the Rose District. You can go to the Shade Wall or the Shade District. Sorry,
He goes to the lower class, essentially. And
Mhm.
as he's leaving, as he leaves the gates, he will use Mask of Many Faces and completely change his appearance.
Mm-hmm. And
Now-
as you're doing that, even Lucia, who but a few hours ago was a million words per minute, has gone silent in your head. It's almost like she's like tried to like hide in the deepest corner of your brain out the way, to give you space alone. And you use your Mask of Many Faces, and you end up in a tavern called the Flying Cup, and it is just as close to a dive bar without being a dive bar as possible. This is a couple of bad reputations away from being just another dive bar amongst the shadiest people in the Shade District. But you walk in, you find again one of the less stained tables. You just move a couple of the empty cups off the way of it and just sort of sit down. Very much looking like that famous scene in Lord of the Rings with that one guy who's the ranger.
No, Falcoris will look quite like a commoner right now.
Fair enough.
Because obviously with Mask of Many Faces, it can completely change the way I look with the outfit and everything as well. So he'll order a whiskey at the bar, and he'll ask it to be a triple.
Alright, so triple is poured.
Whatever the money is, and then
Probably for a triple whiskey, probably cost you a silver. It's not nice whiskey.
doesn't care, sitting at a table and just he'll sip it at first until it gets like halfway down it, and then he'll just down it, and then he'll just keep doing that throughout the night.
At some point during the night, a voice does come back in your head. If you want someone to talk to, I'm here. Okay.
I know, Lucia. Right now.
Just be careful. But if you're getting drunk, turns out I'm getting drunk too.
You ever been drunk?
No. I feel weird.
Yeah, this is going to be a weird experience for you, experiencing it through someone else.
Oh, gods. Well, if you ever need to talk, I'm here.
I know. Right now, I just need my mind to shut up. Not you.
I know. But I'll be around.
Because she's probably seeing inside my brain of like...
Oh, she's seeing everything. She doesn't need to ask questions. She just knows.
Falcoris generally does like imagine out scenarios and try and figure out the best way out of the scenarios, or the best way, like the way forward. And right now he's just stuck on two. And it's like persuading Bucky and everything's alright. And we can use him and help him and stuff. And then the other one's...
Not.
Putting him down because he can't be persuaded.
And she knows that, as we sort of say there, she doesn't need to ask you questions. What's on your mind? She's in it. She is part of your mind space. Now and again, though, as you are drinking, all you hear is, "Oh God," as she's just feeling a bit woozy in herself. But she doesn't really do much apart from that, and you can drink the night away until it gets to closing time, 1, 2 in the morning. You are very deep in the whiskey bottle, probably. If not, you've near enough finished off a whole bottle yourself.
I've probably bought the bottle now, and I'm probably carrying it like that, drunk style. You know what I mean?
It's got to the point. Barman's like, "Look, mate, I'm sorry, but I've got to shut down." And he's probably had to tell you a couple of times now to leave because you've been a bit deep in the cup.
Sorry,
and he's got to the point, mate, go, please.
Sorry, mate. I'll give me just I'll take the bottle here, and I'll put down 2 gold. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll kind of stand up, stumble across a couple of chairs.
Yep.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'll not be like this in a while.
As the door opens and the fresh air hits you, can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh God.
As we've all known what this feeling is like.
Constitution saving throw. Oh, okay. That's a 17.
17. You feel the contents of your stomach rise up again, but you've not here, not on the doorstep. Swallow it back down again a little bit. You do know you're going to need to find an alley quickly, though. It's one of those ones. But sure enough, you find a place that isn't someone's business
softly
door.
place down a whiskey bottle, turn and be puke. Fucking.
Yep. Very violently sick against the alley wall somewhere. Lucia pipes up, "Is this what you guys think is fun? This feels like hell's."
To be honest with you, it feels like hell's without it as well. Wait until tomorrow. You're gonna have fun.
Go for a sleep. Yeah.
You're gonna have fun tomorrow.
I don't think I am. If what I've been told's coming is coming.
I'm talking shite. Just go to sleep.
Good night, Falcoris.
No.
And the voice goes quiet in your head. Where are you off to in your drunken stupor at 2 in the morning?
I would probably say Falcoris is gonna kind of stumble through and eventually realize I'm not walking all the way back up to the palace. Fuck that. Like it's just fuck that, or even the tram system. I'm like, I don't know if they've got a closing time, you know what I mean, or if they just keep going. But yeah, Falcoris is going to kind of stumble into a kind of park somewhere if he can find somewhere like a little bit of greenery.
Green space. Yep.
Yeah, and just like literally pushing himself up against a bench and just eventually just sit there with the whiskey bottle kind of loosely hanging, like sitting over like this. And I'm just being like, fuck, why did I put myself into this? And then I'll be like, okay, please, for fuck's sake, just listen to me and I'll just, gosh.
You conk out on the park bench. The rest of you are able to go to your respective rooms. Even if you Israeli and have a room very quickly made up for you. Big king-size beds, four-poster. It is a life of luxury that you are not quite used to. The rest of you now have come akin to this lifestyle, being defenders of the throne. You all get a nice, long, restful sleep. Falcoris, you do not get a restful sleep. You're not going to be disadvantaged or like exhausted, but you are going to be suffering the next day. What doesn't help the situation is as you all come to consciousness in your quilted pillows, big thick duvets that cover you, you all wake up and stretch and good morning, little breakfast trays are made on your doorstep. Falcoris, you wake up on some park bench made of brass. Your back is sore. Your neck has the worst crick in it from just sleeping in a really awkward position. And you are shivering as the white clouds have come overhead and the day is cold. We're barely talking 3 to 4 degrees Celsius.
Oh, fucking hell.
And you're only woken because you can see a couple of Riptide defenders have come along and are shaking you awake.
What is it?
Sir, you're taking up... You've had a night, sir. I think you need to go home. It's cold. You'll catch hypothermic.
I'll kind of get up and stumble across them, still probably slightly drunk.
One of the guys sort of helps you up, sort of thing.
No, it's all right. It's fine. I've got this.
He's holding you. He's holding you. To keep you up.
I've got this, and I'll kind of pat his shoulder like I've got this, and then I'll start like stumbling a little bit across, and then I'll stop. I'll turn back and be like, hang on a minute, and I'll fucking go over and I'll pick up the whiskey bottle, air out the dog, and down a little bit of it, put it back in and go, oh, Jesus. And then...
keep your voice down and please bin that properly.
Sure, whatever. And I would just stumble out.
As they've done their morning duty of clear the riffraff, and you're not the only one. This over early in the morning, they are doing that round of just going around kicking away the drunk sort of thing, trying to get them home safe, especially with this cold front that's rolled in.
Is there any kind of food stalls out?
Oh, there's plenty of little market stalls and that sort of stuff where you can easily buy.
Of course, we'll grab the greasiest shit that you can find.
Yeah, you get like the D&D Doner Kebab equivalent.
Yeah, pretty much. And I will...
you get a big greasy meal, and it is not healthy, not good for you.
And I will make my way to the palace and eventually stumble in.
As you are doing this, you can, during your journey up, you don't hear a voice, but instead you just hear a noise of...
oh, fuck, I forgot about you.
How can you forget about me?
I forgot about a lot of things. What did we do last night?
You fucked up, man. I hurt.
Last thing I remember was the triple whiskey. Was that the first or the second? Fuck, I can't remember.
Of course, you down the whole fucking bottle.
No, I still have the bottle here.
Yeah.
And then I'll be taking a little bit left. Oh, shit.
One of us actually remembers everything.
Oh. Welcome to sorrowful drinking. It's great
I
fun.
hate you.
That's fair. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a headache.
I do. Oh.
Lucia,
Do you know what?
let's just Lucia. Let's make Lucia. Let's just Lucia. Let's make a truce.
Nope.
Just make a truce, and just say we're going to be quiet together so we can get over this fucking hangover. Okay.
Fine.
Fine. And then he would just keep stumbling while eating the kebab.
She doesn't drop mask in many faces. I don't know if you remember you have it up, obviously, as you begin to stumble
Of course
your way into
doesn't.
the...
Of course has no clue.
So as you get to the Rising Shire Palace gates and your commoner's closed, literally still stumbling drunk, two of the guards, sorry mate, can't come in. So,
What do you mean I can't come in? Out the way.
so you can't
Is
enter
this
here
a
at all.
joke?
So do we look like we're joking?
No, you actually don't, which is kind of
So
fucking
I'm
weird.
going to turn you around and ask you to leave once more. You're going to get arrested otherwise and thrown in the dungeons.
I'm defender of the throne.
Yeah, sure you are, mate. Fuck off out of here.
What?
One last chance.
What's your
You can see
badge
the hat
number?
against this side. You don't get to ask for that.
I do get to ask for that. It's a public
Said
right.
you. It's a public. Fine. 6279 Barry is my name.
6279. Barry. Okay.
One more time. Leave, citizen.
What's your fucking problem?
You are my problem. Drunk on the palace doorsteps.
I am going to do a wisdom check to see if I remember
Okay. Yep.
now.
Do you?
That's 11 on a die.
Mm-hmm.
13. I'd say I kind of remember-ish.
You're starting to realize that as this guy is being super genuine, so something is wrong.
Oh, fucking bollocks. My bad. Barry. Name was Barry, right? Or was it Jerry? Fuck, I can't remember. 2 secs. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. No, shit. No, shit.
Sir,
Two
can you
seconds.
go?
I'll turn away and then eventually be like, drop it and be back to full chorus and be like, that's it. And I'll turn back around and be like, I am a defender of the throne. They've just seen a guy just do magic right in fucking front of them.
Wait here, sir, please. As they sort of come in. As you guys are having this meeting, this interaction, Elleril, there is a knock on your door. Quite a harsh knock on your door.
Hello?
Can I come in, sir?
Yeah.
And a lion opens your bedroom door. Sorry, sir. There's a pressing matter that regards your attention. The identity of one of your own might have been compromised. We have someone at the gates, a drunk, trying to get in, saying he is defender of the throne. We just witnessed him perform some sort of illusionary magic to either... We're not sure if he's transformed into or is genuine. We need your help, as we don't want to see being arresting an actual person of the defenders.
Did you say he was drunk?
Quite.
Just arrest him, it'll be funny.
Yes, sir. Without the door shut. Falcoris, you're sort of standing there swaying away a little bit.
Just eating my kebab
and
still.
that's-
Like, come on, it fuck.
One of the line that disappeared comes back. Sir, please hold out your hands. And come
Why?
quietly. And he pulls out the manacles.
What's the
You're
need for
under
them?
arrest, sir. You're under arrest, sir, formally. We're going to escort you to the dungeons right away.
On what fucking charge?
On the charge of the king. So please...
The charge of the... Get that...
Your hands are arrested. Your hands get shackled. Sir, please just make a scene.
I'll make a scene. LRL!
Sir, please keep your voice down, sir, or you will be restrained further.
Oh, swear
We will
fucking
not
god. LRL!
In this time, Matt,
Mm-hmm.
can I just wake everyone else up and then
Yep.
go down to the dungeon?
Yep, so in the meantime, as you're getting against the point of our course, they are like probably dragging you down the crowds as you're screaming Elleril's name. Now and again, they'll try and cover their mouth over your hand, but it's to not much avail.
I'm having a succulent Chinese meal here.
What are the charges?
What are the charges?
He's taking a meal? A succulent fantasy meal? What a fucking legend of society. Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Anyway.
You guys can witness as Elleril wakes you up one by one and brings you down the stairs. You can hear Falcoris indeed screaming about someone's got his hand in his penis. He's getting dragged down the stairs to the dungeons. Before the echoes finally go quiet, and you can see that maybe But what you can definitely see is that people have noticed Falcoris is all around, defender of the throne, drunk and disorderly, screaming your name down the palace corridor, escorted by 2 lions in shackles.
As they kind of approach, I was like, "Oh, you can let him go. That is Falcoris."
Of course, sir.
Uh,
Thank you, sir. And they sort of stand you upright, Falcoris, and they, apologies, sir. Undo the manacles. Keep your voice down next time. And they
you got
leave you alone.
fucking shit. You, it was you, Barry. You touched my dick. Anyways, I'll turn to Elro. What the actual fuck?
What are you talking about?
Hang on a minute. Oh, that whiskey. Anyways, he said that it was on your orders to arrest me and bring me through here.
Yeah, that was. I mean, just look at how happy everyone looks. That was. I haven't seen lavender smell like that in a hot minute.
And what about my fucking feelings?
I feel like you needed sobered up. You should probably
Trust
go
me,
ahead and
I
check it.
don't feel sobered up. But, oh, fucking mask of many faces, fucking pish that fucking Lucia told me about. Sorry, Lucia. Anyways.
Fuck you.
Just like, what time is it?
It is
Yeah.
6 o'clock, and you woke me up.
Well, rightfully so. Your shitty lions don't recognise me. I mean, fairly, because I was, illusioned up, but never mind. And then they come down and arrest me. Anyways. Can we stop arguing? It's sore.
How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Oh, like, they took my kebab, I know.
It's evidence, mate.
We walk back outside, and 6279 Barry is just.
And 2319 Steve is just sitting there next to him.
Of course, we'll go to the stumble through. Well, not fully stumble through, but stumble through to the breakfast hall and sit and just pick at things. Because at first he's really hungry, and then when he's actually eating, he's like, "That doesn't taste too good."
All the healthy foods that are quite nice. It's like, that's not my greasy kebab. Nothing will be that greasy kebab again. But you are all in the breakfast hall now, having a hearty meal. And as requested, at some point, Emmerich comes down to you, Wash. And he's... Well, I've been told you were asking about our dear friend Calanthe up in the north. Rest assured, from my concerns of what your concerns are, sir, your job is safe. He is doing quite well. The House of Iron is coming along quite nicely, actually. It's been a positive impact in the Southbourne, and there are some good waves being made. People are looking forward to it. Even the town of Assar and its normal judgmental conservative ways is quite relatively accepting of it.
I don't know anything about Southbourne, so everything you've just
It's
told me is
fucking awful, it's cold.
Oh. Why'd he set up a place there then?
He's from there. He is one of the Leonin people. Nomadic. He quite likes the cold.
Leonin, like the big fucking
Lion people, yes.
Lion, yeah.
Did you guys not tell
None of
Wash?
you told me that he was a lion.
Leonin. Yes.
Does that matter?
Yeah, I
A
don't see.
little.
So
Aren't they notoriously exceptionally dangerous creatures?
I mean, he is.
that's why it's good having around.
You know,
He was
actually,
horrible,
I'm
by the way.
glad you didn't say anything, because like that's just more. That would have been more pressure on me to just not be shite. So I'm alright with that.
Well, you've been less than shite. Wait, no, you've been more than... You've been good.
Oh, Emmerich.
You've been very good.
His face will be like, huh?
A good boy.
It'll go from like even more like, what the fuck?
Can we just make it official that Oren's past his tribunal.
Of course,
Thing.
eat your breakfast.
I really don't.
Arsehole.
I really feel like I'm about to be sick of eating
Of
that one.
course, eat your breakfast.
Lavender,
Of course.
please.
Would you like some water?
Yes.
I shall
Don't
get
show
you.
him sympathy.
My darling, I spent many a morning drunk here. Especially as of late.
But no.
Chorus also means to say Wash has completed his fucking thing.
No,
I don't
Oren.
know who the fuck else he said.
Oh.
I'm staring daggers at Falcoris right now.
Okay. Well, I've already got one. Never mind. Wash has completed his thing, his trial. He's part of the Twilight Company fully now. He's a member.
Duly noted. Well done, you, Wash. We are all very proud of you and happy to have you along the journey further.
No worries.
Question, Wash. This kimono, does it go quite well with me this time?
Could I give it a look? Just
Make it. This is a very gorgeous gold and purple trimmed one. On the back, it has a large peacock of multicolors as part of the design.
Hold on, let me channel the straight. It's not hard. You know, I wouldn't wear it, but you make it look good. So you do great with it, mate.
It's you, LOL.
Your mic
You
is
got good eye.
out there.
Oh, is it back?
Yeah, you're back
Yep.
now.
Sorry. He leans in towards you, LOL. I like him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got quite the eye for fashion.
Maybe Wash should get one of those.
Oh, Wash, are you quite into the fashion scene?
What are you on? Like, you'd be laughing, but you'd be like, "What?"
I'm guessing that's a no. And what about you?
You
my
just said it was to
friend?
my hen. Like, you know, he looks like he's not necessarily like he's blushing now, essentially a little bit. Like he's a little flustered.
Yeah, like sort of on the spotlight he does want to be in, sort of thing. And what about you, our new friend? What's your wardrobe like?
I'll just reveal back the fur-lined coat that I'm wearing to like nothing on top, like blacky brown, tightly ripped trousers and boots with the throat tattoo, or the chest and the throat tattoo just showing up. I don't have a wardrobe. As long as I tend to travel light.
Well, we fly in different circles, but I'm sure we'll get along just well.
Yes, I will maybe one day trade you coats.
Oh, don't make me offer I can't refuse, darling. You know, I took Falcoris's mother clothes shopping once, and we spent quite the pretty penny.
I don't like to spend coin unless it's to help me hunt an animal.
My darling, fashion is half of the hunt these days. Look good, make a name for yourself. Be bold.
Cold. That was good.
Yeah, what, have you never hunted a cougar before?
You know,
Not my
that
cup of
print-
tea. Not my preference.
You should see it sometimes they come into the city. It's
Oh,
extraordinary.
yeah. Come in flocks, I've heard. Well, it wouldn't be episode 69 without some innuendos, wouldn't it, chat? But duties must away. I shall leave you all to it. If you need me, holler at your boy. With that, he stands up and he makes a swift exit.
Did he just say that, or was that just in my mind?
Oh, jeez. Like, that's
Throws up a gang sign. Emmerich's now heading to the crypt now.
he throws up a blood hunter gang sign.
Blood hunter gang signs, yeah.
I think Emmerich needs to go outside.
No, Emmerich has got.
Someone needs to get him out.
Emmerich
Getting too comfortable with the kimonos, like I think he needs to go outside.
Elena leans over to you, Lavender. He is ever since, well, not ever since, sorry. He waited 24 hours since the lockdown of him. Then the kimono came out, and it has not left since. And I don't know how the man has a selection of kimonos. I've never seen a man own so many kimonos before.
I think he needs to go outside.
I wish he could. That's the problem. He's in a lot of danger.
Why don't you just send him to go be with Calanthir? Weren't they like same sort of style thing? I don't fucking
It
know.
would be an idea. The issue is when we're dealing with an archmage of Elijah Wood's character and caliber, I'd rather keep him under close grounds where he's more well defended here. And even Elijah wouldn't risk such a daring political attack a second time.
Fair enough.
If everyone could excuse me for a moment. I was going to get up and run after Emmerich.
No worries. You easily spot the man walking away from you towards whatever chamber he's off to.
Emmerich,
Oh, yes.
might have a little bit of a solution to your problem. I'll take off my amulet of proof against detection and location.
Mm-hmm.
I use this to prevent people scrying on me. Should make you immune to divination magic if I'll help you feel safer.
He takes it in his hands and he sort of looks at it and he sort of like rubs his thumb over the front of the design. This is quite the token of... This is quite the gesture. I know he has spies. And it's more than likely there's spies in this building right now. However, this will be fun. He says with a devilish grin. Thank you.
I will hold you personally accountable if someone actually tries to describe me now, because I feel like no one did the whole time I wore it.
I dare say, with eyes around everywhere and you being the personality and who you are, I dare say someone has once upon a time tried to see what you've been up to. But I appreciate this a lot. I might need to shave. The kimono stays on. And with that, he sort of quickly walks away. He's in that like ADHD sort of stage where he's found a fixation. He's holding on to it for dear life. Kimonos are currently Emmerich's hyperfixation. Then he begins to leave and leave you alone.
I need a kimono for the next session.
I think we all do. Just a group kimono time.
I'll just return back to everyone.
You turn back to the table, you can see that Falcoris has been given a fresh jug of water, icy cold, to try and help sober him up a little bit more, or at least settle the stomach a little bit. The rest of you can enjoy your breakfast, and Elena says then, well, if there's anything you need, let me know. But I'm assuming you'll be heading out soon?
We should head out before Bucky moves on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, kind of stand up, down the glass of water and be like, and then be like, I'm sorry for the cleaners, I've got to clean this up, but it'll take the jug and just go.
You watch as like Elena sort of rolls her eyes, and I'm sure the cleaners will appreciate your apology.
Right.
No, let me try something. Just hold on, come here. Just let me try something. I'm just gonna basically like put like top of his head and then cast lay on hands and see if I can cure him.
You cure the effects of the poisoning that is in his belly with the alcohol, but you don't cure the headache itself. The headache is still there, but the stomach is settled, and you don't feel the effects of wanting to just chunder everywhere right now.
Hey, that helped. Thank you very much.
You know, at least now you can keep something down, yeah?
Yeah.
Because seeing you bulk about 4 times in the past hour isn't... It's not it, mate. It's not it.
Hey, I'll take that sausage, you know. And then Falcoris will like pick up his stuff and then be like, right, well, I guess if we're all ready, we'll had breakfast. Ready to move on?
Mm-hmm.
Catch this slippery son of a bitch, Bucky.
May even move on by the time we get there. It could take us up to 6 days.
Yeah.
Where was the last known location?
That would be in Stepine in the hills near to it.
You call me?
I mean, if you guys wait, perhaps you can get Emmerich to teleport you, unless you want to take the travel.
Oh boy.
Are any of the other contracts that we picked up on the way? To where we need to go?
Not really. They're like more towards the north. The ones that would be of any importance, like the one that's Castamese and Muir Reach, they're more to the north. And the other ones, again, they are pocket change, for a polite term of what these contracts may be.
Well,
To be fair, Muir Reach is just a day away.
Mm-hmm.
So we can maybe stop by after.
yeah, but we could get Emmerich out for a few, you know.
Yeah.
And you walk the dog a little bit.
We'll call Emmerich.
Emmerich comes over and he's like, okay, well, I shall get changed, put some proper outdoor shoes on, I guess. And Elena's like, right, and for all of you, Emmerich, if you're going outside, the rule is you are teleporting these guys to their destination, and then you are coming back here. Am I understood? Emmerich looks at her. Of course, my lady. Right back here. Go. And he runs away to go get changed. He comes back maybe about half hour, 45 minutes later. He's clean shaved. He's cut his hair. He is wearing, like, you know, the old school, like what they wear in the royal family, big, stupidly high riding boots. He's got a set of them on. Some outdoorsy trousers, a jacket of sorts. He has taken the kimono off for this. I think he's right. I am ready. Are you?
I'll be honest, probably not, but we're gonna have to do it anyway.
Fantastic. Just throw up inside the circle, and that'll be quite all right. Well, let's all join hands, everybody. Unless there's anything you guys want to say or do before I rip us apart.
Can I have a look to see if my cat is anywhere near, or do I teleport without her?
Oh, your cat will be near you at this point. Your cat is magnetized by Emmerich. There's something about this colorful man that catches his cat's attention and ire.
Do we need to hold her paws? Like,
If you just hold on to her, that's all you need, just to hold on to her. Keep her close. So, join hands, and you all join hands into Link. Say a prayer, Falcorus, and let's get this shit show on the road, eh? And with that, there is a folding of your senses. You've all been through this before, apart from maybe yourself, Azraelian. You have never gone through the teleportation spell before. Now, what this basically feels like is as Emmerich finishes the incantation, snaps, your bodies are atomized, and you feel it. You can feel yourselves being pushed and pulled, on an atomic level.
Pulled and porn?
Yes, pulled and pouring, yep.
Makes sense.
On an atomic level, you are atomized, you are vaporized, and then you are slowly, what feels slowly, rebuilt in a different location. It is not a pleasant feeling whatsoever. However, you do come out the other side of it unscathed, and even you, Falcorus, don't come out with too much of a mess down your shin. Do you see... Excuse me. You see a little town on the outskirts. You are standing not inside a town, but on the outskirts next to it. You can see a small town with light dusting of snow on the rooftops this early hour in the morning. You can see the grass outside covered in dew and snowdrops as a heavy frost lays over the ground, if not snow at some places. Emmerich stands up and he gives a big stretch. And he sort of walks away from the circle as the rest of you guys, even those who have teleport before, need that, 10 seconds to get your senses back together again. Yourself, Israeli, probably needing a little bit more, having your first teleportation experience. Emmerich immediately sidesteps. And oh my goodness gracious, oh, that's lovely. Everyone's still alive?
I am, or
Barely.
you click on this.
Yeah.
I don't think I was alive to begin with, to be honest with you.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, my time here will be short spent, unfortunately. I must go.
Thank you.
Of course.
Can I?
Actually.
I was going to say, can I insight check him?
Sure.
I just want to make sure he's not going to run off. Like, he's my pet wizard, okay? That's not very good. I rolled a 3 on the dice, or an 8.
8. Hard to tell what he's thinking. He's got a devilish grin about him, is all I'll say that you notice.
Wait, where's he teleported us to? The town?
So you are on the outskirts of Stipine, and if you look to behind you, you can see some rolling hills.
We kind of need to ask the locals a couple of things, see if they've seen Bucky. Right?
Yeah.
Fancy staying
that's
out
the
for a
best
little bit longer, Emmerich?
No, I really shouldn't.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you back at the palace.
You will indeed. Until next time, my friends, stay safe. And with that, there is a folding of the space around and a satisfying pop as Emmerich disappears from view.
He's definitely not went back to the palace.
I don't know. Go either way, really, right?
Well, being perceptive as I am, I noticed a little dangling thing from his neck that you don't no longer have. So, yeah. Good luck to him.
You know, I feel like I wasn't getting much use for it, to be honest.
Well, if anybody wants to come for you now, they certainly can. We know Orion's got something up, but we'll figure it out. But anyways, let's get into town. Let's start asking questions. Let's see if we can find Bucky, if he's been through the locals.
Maybe,
This will be interesting.
are we going to split up then? Split the party, trademark.
No, don't split pie. Stick together.
If it's worth remembering that with us in the area, it's very much likely that Bucky could be hunted as much as we're hunting him.
Yeah, exactly why I want everybody to stay together.
Okay. Although actually, correct me if I'm wrong. It was Callan here that came with us into the Shadowfell, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the only ones that
Walsh
have
hasn't
got the
been.
mark now is Falcorus, Kelgorm, and Lavender.
So
Unless Azraelion has ever been to the Shadowfell. I don't know.
I'll say probably you haven't, unfortunately, had the extra plane or holiday yet.
Nope.
then maybe something else will get hunted then.
Possibly. But better find him first before he finds us. So let's move.
We shall go.
And don't have to RP it. Just start asking locals. And Falcorus will use Mask of Many Faces to make himself look like Bucky when you last seen him.
Okay. You guys start going around asking. Excuse me, I do apologize. About this individual and his whereabouts. And it doesn't take you long as you're sort of asking around these questions. You all get pointed in the direction of one man in particular, who would probably be of further aid for you, and that would be the town's mayor. Excuse me, I'm just getting the Google Doc pulled up for that one because I seem to have closed it. Don't know how I've managed that, but that's quite handy. but you're directed in the direction of the town's mayor. Now, this is a small fishing village for a bit of context and scene setting here as well. Much like Jarulin, when you went back there all those months ago now, when you dealt with the dire orca problem. This is a fishing village that is based obviously on the Great Everby Lake, as you can see, and it purely trades in fish. The huts here are simple, one-story, very NPC Skyrim-esque houses. Nothing great about them whatsoever. Small plumes of smoke rising up the roofs of them. And again, it is cold. The streets are not cobbled; they are just mud and dirt paths. But bear with me 2 seconds, because I seem to can't now find the right document. I need to know if I can search. What the fuck's his name? Trying to search for it. Oh god. New name time. As you are directed into this individual's office space, which is again is a large building. You can see that it's a large L-shaped building. The architecture here does bear some resemblance, I would say, to Stowe Lockwood, being the next town over. Has that sort of similar vibe to it. But you are directed to go speak to an individual by the name of Viewlin. Once you get to the office, the Viewlin is not initially free. You have to wait for a little bit before you can see excuse me, an elven gentleman step out. Gentleman is a strong word. This, in their human equivalent, this person looks maybe be in their mid-20s, early 30s if they're lucky, in human equivalent. Excuse me. And he comes over and he's, are you here about the phantom problem?
The phantom?
That's what we've been calling this individual.
Oh, I see. Does he look kind of similar to this from what you've seen or heard? And I'll change my appearance again to look like Bucky.
Afraid I've not had him up close to see. He's always kept at a distance, even when he's struck.
I'll drop the image again.
Come in. And he ushers you into his little private office space. Well, my name is Viewlin, as we say. I am the mayor of our humble little town that you find yourselves upon. I will say I'm quite surprised that the call for aid has been answered so quickly, so you do have my thanks. You brave adventurers for doing this for us. How can I help you? What would you like to know? How can we make this easy for you?
Any details that can help us find this individual? Last known locations, how recent, any sort of detail that you can give us. We read that a person was executed. Do you know of this person, who it was, what the ties were? This kind of information will help.
It was one of our fishermen came in. He's been in town now for about a year, perhaps. Not terribly long, but he's made himself home quite nicely. Adriel was his name. He was out in the water, and on a clear day there was a clap of thunder. The other fishermen on the water saw Adriel fall in the lake. They rushed to retrieve, and there's a gaping great hole in his chest. Whatever he was hit with went right the way through. The mortician believes he's died immediately, so there's solace in that, I guess. But we know it was this phantom because we had people out and about on the lake that saw an individual on the hillside. We have no idea why Adriel had to be killed. I know he was different, but he's a drow. That means no difference, yeah?
Oh, he was a drow. So, has Adriel ever talked about being in another plane of existence, or dreaming of certain things?
No, he kept his previous life very, very secretive. He made it very clear that quickly, he didn't want to talk about his past. He was to put it behind him. He came here for a fresh start.
Right.
And now, not to sort. Are you sure he was a drowned?
I mean,
Like to the surface. Was he maybe paler? Maybe looked
a little paler than I expect from a drow, but I assumed he'd been on the surface a little while. Maybe the sun had got to him.
interesting. Did he worship any gods, any allegiance to Lolth? Seemed quite comfortable in the sun.
We didn't. I mean, the sun never phased him. You know, he went out and did the morning fish like everybody else, and has done for the last year or so. And again, personal life. He's a very, very personal man.
Did he have anyone
We-
close to him?
He'd drink with a few people in the tavern, but again, even we've asked them, was anything amiss, and tried to press more because I want to know who has been killed in my town, and he's been very secretive about his personal life. If you ask him anything in the last year, he'll tell you in a heartbeat, but try and open the door of memories past, and it's been non-existent.
And what tavern did he frequent?
He frequented our only tavern in town.
Okay.
And
You'll find it easily enough on the shorefront.
where did he stay? While he was in town?
There's his house is one of the ones on the shorefront as well, but to the east side of town. 2 houses in from the beach. Lived by himself, didn't have. This might be personal. I don't think he even courted anybody whilst he was here.
Would you mind if we take a look in there? It might give us clues as to why this phantom is hunting him.
We'll need to empty the house anyway. Sure.
Okay.
Of course, just please. You probably will be anyway, but just be respectful of someone's past.
Of course. We'll have a look there. We'll talk to some of his drunken buddies, see if they know anything that could
Barrel.
tie. But
You want to go to the Barrel and Barb then?
okay. As for locations where this phantom's been seen, purely from the hills or any other sort of detail?
Purely from the hill, we sent out a little party to go. Right after the shot rang out, we quickly organised. Well, not me, unfortunately. I'm not quite that quick. The locals organised a response and tried to go find him in the hills, but he was gone without a trace.
Anything you can tell
There's
us
a
about the
few-
hills?
They're just normal hills. They're unoccupied. They serve some natural caves, but nothing too dramatic. Especially in these winter months, the terrain can become quite unforgiving with the snow and mud. But again, they're not the best farmland, so they're just left as wildland, to be honest. Good hunting spot, don't get me wrong, especially in the winter. The hills offer a variety of local game, places to hide from the harsh winds. So it's a good hunting spot.
Right. Any other details that you can pass on that can maybe help us?
I don't know. Again, the thing is, I've never seen a man be killed with this implement before, whatever it is. We're not the people of Horizon. We don't have. Our people of magical capabilities are few and far between, and even then, they are of a minor extent in comparison. We have no idea. We're guessing it's something arcane in nature, the way this man has been killed. But
Just say,
it's-
and I'll just quick that and show them we've
I
dealt
see.
with this before.
I'm sorry.
It's okay,
Well-
I'm still
Evidently so. We only call him the Phantom, for he came and went like one.
So, only seen him once? Seen him multiple times?
From what I can tell, we've only seen him once.
Alright.
That's not to say he hasn't been in town. I don't know. He was too far away to get a face.
That's
Don't know if it is a he, but you're confirming it is, so,
assumption on our part, I guess. But, yeah. I presume if you've got no other information, then
I'm so sorry.
No worries. We will go and search a home. We'll talk to some of his buddies, try and figure out anything, and then we'll try and search his hills.
Sounds good.
Appreciated. Thank you.
No, thank you. And again, if I can be of little assistance, let me know.
And Falkros will get up and make his way out, I guess.
You guys step out into the snow, the lightly snow-covered ground, and with a direction. Where are you off to? You off to his home then, or are you doing something different?
I think we might need to split up here. Unfortunately, those who are good at investigating and looking for things probably go to his house. I'm good talk. I know taverns quite well. I'll go to the tavern and see if I can talk to people and see if they come up with anything.
Okay, I'll go to the house. I suspect he may not have been a drow. I think he could have been Shadow Guy.
Yeah, he was Shadow Guy by the sounds of it. A year ago. That's kind of lining up with, if I'm right in saying that was my instant, right?
Loosely, yeah.
That's kind of lining up with my instant, which is surprising that he managed to get away. But yeah, he's came down, made a life for himself. I mean, fair play. He tried it.
There's everyone else wanting to go.
I'll go to the house.
Go to the house. Do you have a preference, Lavender? Wash is just like in the toilet right now.
Yeah.
He's found a nice little bucket to piss in. Lavender, would you like to go to anyone in particular? Would you like to go to taverns and speak to folk, or do you want to go investigate the house?
I'll probably go investigate.
Investigate the house. Wash.
Whatever the fuck, I couldn't hear.
Okay, so
unfortunately.
we're splitting up. We've got a house to investigate of this, what we think is Shadow Guy, and then we've got a tavern to go and talk to his buddies, the guy that died. So, Falkors is going to go
Whose
to the
house?
tavern. Sure.
Whose house?
The-
Is it just...
The guy that Bucky's killed, basically.
No, I'm meaning who is going to the house.
Oh.
I know whose house.
Falcoris, basically.
Yeah, everyone but Falkors.
I'll go to the tavern with Falkors.
Fair enough. You guys begin to split off and launch your own investigation into this one. I do beg your pardon. And you guys, first of all, that approach the house can see from the distance this humble building lean out, and it is a simple one-story, one step up from a shack building. You can see that outside there is a small two-man boat with a couple of nets underneath it that's propped up against the house. You can see the boat is covered in blood, and the inside that's still dripping onto the white snow underneath it. And you can get to the house, and the door is locked. The front door.
We'll pick the lock.
You may certainly try and pick the lock.
Asking to pick locks or do a stealth checks. My one source of serotonin. 25.
25. For such a simple shack, this lock is more difficult to open than you're initially expecting. You're taken aback a little bit. However, it's still no match for your deathly hands. Within a few seconds, the latch catches open, and the door is able to be swung open up.
Okay.
I'll investigate the top floor.
You open inside, and you can see, initially what you'd expect to see, you can see that at the back of this there is a fairly larger than normal fireplace that is also doubling as a smoker. You can see there's a little lime that's set up, and above the fire right now there's a couple of fish that have been pinned above and are being in the process of getting smoked out by this fire. You can also see hanging from the ceiling other various herbs, spices, things that lead to preserve fish that's been caught. A simple table with, a place for one lay. There's a single bed against the walls. There's actually two beds, sorry, but only one has been made. You can see one is a bit more loose and, used, we'll call it. And yeah, just the life of a single person living in this little shack is what initially is before you. If you'd like to dive deeper, can I get you to make an investigation check, please?
Can I specifically check for traps?
Certainly.
First, while they are looking more for resources, I'm not trusting how well locked this was.
Yep. Well, the
Uh,
other two of you guys, you can check for traps. The other two of you, Lavender and Azraelian, can I get you to make investigation checks to snoop around this place, please?
so 29 for the investigation check for traps.
29 for checks. Not a problem. Thank you.
It was a
Come to you
12. 12, sorry,
12?
12 from me.
No problem. As you guys are all taking the time to move things across. Excuse me. You okay, Lavender? The math be mathing.
She was just reaching for her
24.
dice.
Oh, fantastic. 24, thank you. You guys are all taking time to not tear the house apart, obviously, but do your own investigation, as we say. And as Lavender, you're moving across these things, and you begin to find, well, you don't find, it's quite obvious, the bedside table. And you are investigating it as you, Elleril, going around the room. Again, that niggly feeling that the lock was too well done for such a simple shack. And now that you're inside, you can look around and see the lock is more, has been installed recently, relatively speaking. Excuse me. And as Lavender, you get to this bedside table and you think, perfect, we'll start looking for a diary, a journal, or something like that in there. You open the first couple of drawers, and Elril, something in your mind alerts you to Lavender opening a drawer. You can hear a tick of something. As Lavender, you find in the second drawer, there's a false bottom. However, Elril, you intervene quickly before Lavender can open it, as you realize this false bottom is armed.
Hold on. And not move. I'll try and disarm it.
Disarm it.
For
You try and disarm, so make a check to disarm. As you're rolling your dice, you look in, you can take out the top drawer so you can peer within inside. You can see that the second drawer being opened in not a certain way has basically activated this trap. All the trigger is now is basically the false drawer being open. If this is opened, it will explode.
okay. I rolled a 31.
A 31. It does not explode. You quickly and deftly, calmly, more importantly, begin to go through the process of disarming this trap. Again, it's not going to do any major damage, you don't think. It's not going to blow the whole house up, but it would have destroyed whatever was inside and maybe done a bit of damage to Lavender or anybody else who had opened it. However, you have made this safe. You... With a little nod of approval by Lavender, you guys can open up this false bottom in this drawer, and you see paperwork, you see documents, and you see a diary. The other two, Wash and Falcoris, excuse me, begin to make your way to the Barrel and Barb Tavern, which again is right on the shorefront, and it's got that sort of like what I'm going to call comical effect in my head because I find it funny. You guys probably don't. Instead of there being like a horse hitching post outside, this tavern is right in the waterfront, and there is the equivalent of a hitching post for your boat, sort of thing outside the front. And you can indeed see that with the tide being the lake is non-tidal, there are just boats that are currently hitched up to the front of this tavern. These people don't believe in drink and drive rules. And you are free to walk in the tavern. This early in the morning, it is quite understandably quiet, on the verge of being dead.
Of course, we'll go up to the proprietor, whoever's behind the bar, essentially. Just be like,
You see a young, let's say young, she's like 40-year-old human woman. She's not young at all, don't know why I said that, sorry. 40-year-old human woman. Signs her hair is beginning to go grey, but she's still, looks quite well for her age, sort of thing, carries herself well. And she looks up at you. Good morning,
morning.
strangers.
My name's Falcor Zilrant. This is Wash. We're here on behalf of the, I guess, it'll be right round the town of Phantom.
Terrible business, that. Terrible business.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. We're trying to investigate different parts of it. Obviously, the main thing being Adderall,
Mm.
who was part of this town for a while, unfortunately, passed away. So just trying to get details about that. Said he came here a year ago, and kind of kept his private life a secret, essentially.
Got it nailed right there. Didn't open up a lot. Happy to talk to you, but the second it came to trying to know more about him, no good conversation.
Not even with any drinking buddies, anybody else, crewmates.
Nope.
Never got loose-lipped after a drink.
Just very careful about what he said. You could always see if they ever asked about him, the man would always pause before he spoke.
Did he run his own ship, or was it
He was a solo fisherman, yeah. And ship's a genderless word around here. He ran out of dinghy.
Yeah, that's fair. When he appeared in the town, could he speak the language?
I mean, you know, Jowl, they got a different, you know, there's Elvish in it, but it's a different type of Elvish. So, but for the most part, he could speak. You know, he improved a lot, but he could hold a loose conversation.
And he never alluded to anything in his past.
Just apart from the fact, the only thing he said about his past was he was a drow and fled the Underdark, and that was all we needed to know. And you know, it's a terrible place down there in the Underdarks. They've got enough hard times as it is. So if someone wants to flee there, I don't really blame them. I can only imagine what horrors he had to run from.
Just trying to get any sort of detail. Did he worship any gods?
Not in open spaces. I don't know if he did anything in his private life, in his own abode. But there's no, you know, he didn't have any markings, or he didn't wear any iconography or symbols that would indicate such.
Did he avoid anyone in particular?
No, quite the opposite. He liked engaging. I mean, he made a good couple of friends here over the year. Neven is someone you can speak with. What was that, sorry?
And he was personable. Like people trusted him.
People trusted him in the sense of, would you leave him with your kids? No. But could you have a good conversation with him? Definitely. Would he help you in the industry? Absolutely. But was he friendly enough to be like, you know, invite for dinner? Not really. You know? He was good with the fishermen, and the fishermen's wives, not so much.
Sorry, you mentioned a name there, Neven.
Yes, Neven. He was one of the his friends, dear friends. You know, they did quite a few ships together. And Ayas also, you'll want to speak with. They're probably out on the water right now. I'm trying to bring in the morning's haul.
All right. Well, appreciate that. If you do hear anything more, send the information to the Twilight Company.
Well, company, of course, yeah, can do.
We'll be able to pick it up. Someone will pick it up for us and let us know. We'll try and get to the bottom of this.
No, we appreciate it. It's been a terrible thing that's happened, and love him or hate him, I think the community's lost a good man.
Thank you. And yeah, of course, just going to turn around and start going out. And when we kind of get outside, we'll turn to Wash and be like, well, that was a fat load of fucking nothing. Fuck.
Oh, really?
I mean, we've got the names of the friends, but they're out on the water.
But put it together. Possible dark elf or shaded guy, either or. Phantom shoots him. From what everything you said, and then from what he was saying, person who kept himself, said nothing, didn't associate with anyone, was personable with everyone, tried to make sure that there was no enemies. That's somebody has to make an effort to do that, especially in a close-knit town like this. Sailors particularly. They're spirited people. You have to intentionally make sure you're okay with everyone. You'd be hard pressed to go into any village and finding somebody who's friends with everyone who's not got something to hide. Immel's Hamlet is the exact same.
I mean, he was hiding that he was from the Shadowfell, not the old Underdark.
Aye, but that's a matter of not talking to somebody. No one here has seen a Shader guy. No one's here has seen a Dark Elf. They're not going to know the difference. I know back home they would.
True. I don't know where we go from here. You want to try and talk to this Nevin or Neven, sorry, or Ios?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
I say we go to his house, meet up with the others. Then we might be able to go to their friends and maybe produce some evidence that might raise some suspicions. Who knows?
we'll see if they've got anything. Honestly, I think it might be better to kind of see what they've got. If they've not got anything, just try and find Bucky anyways. By the way, I didn't mean to offend you when we were in the throne room. The wash and urine thing. I still think you should proudly name yourself now. But I'll keep my mind to
It'd be a little
wash.
difficult considering that technically speaking, the only people in the guild who know my actual name are Arbella and the Master themselves, so that becomes a clerical error, and there's something else I also would like to prove, so...
Right.
Some point, but for now it's easier to just do wash to other people, mate.
Kind of like Kellegorm. I call him Kellegorm out in public, but when we're private at the palace, I'll call him Elleril. I'll call you Wash out in public, but you're Orin to me.
Yeah, that still feels weird.
That's fair. You'll get used to it.
I don't know.
And of course, because just both of us will be walking towards the house, I guess, to meet up with the others.
And as you guys taking this time to walk through the house, or in the direction to the house.
Can I keep an eye out from the hills to see if my little buddy has got his senses, his smelling sense on, and it's like, oh shit, there's Shadowfell.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll come to that. As you are walking through the streets, and again in this overcast day, you sort of look over to the water, having been pointed out, he's got two friends you might want to speak with. You look out the water, and indeed you can see across the lake all these little boats. Some of them are bigger than others, some are single man, some are double, triple even in some cases, all bringing their nets and their rods. As you know, it's still about 9 a.m. here. It's still early doors and trying to catch the early morning fishing haul. Excuse me. As the other three of you guys are inside the house, you've just discovered this cache of documents and a diary of sorts, and you guys are getting excited for seeing what can be inside. All five of you hear a clap of thunder that shouldn't be there. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode of The Shadows We Fear.
Well, the only one out in the open that is fucking Shadowfell.
Yeah, so...
That's me!
Unless he shot one of the other guys.
Through a fucking window? Well, who knows?
No, I'm meaning one of his mates.
Oh, maybe. Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Does sound like Matt to shoot me twice.
I want to double down, motherfucker. But again, I want to say... I win. It always was. I want to also say thank you so much, guys, for coming on to this journey. Andy, before we say our good nights formally, is there any other thing we need to know or say goodbye to?
Again, thank you for Flickers for the resub. Aegis Takeda, which is a good friend Fez. Thank you for following and the sub. I appreciate that. But yes, as you can see, Ghost Malone, our good old community manager here, has put in links. Come join the Discord, come join look at the link trees for our socials and get involved and see what we're doing. Next week we should be on, I believe, but we'll obviously confirm that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So thank you very much for coming and tuning in tonight. I'll pass it to you to finish off.
Thank you very much. Well, as we were saying there, we should be on next week. Obviously, it's the middle between Christmas and New Year. We should still be fine to play. I do want to say that before we jump off, it has been such a good journey this last year for this one. So I just want to say before we disappear again, as always, thank you so much to my players and helping me tell the story. Thank you to everybody here in chat. We hope to see you next week. In the meantime, though, I hope you have a lovely Christmas with your friends, families, and loved ones.